It is time for the first pay-per-view here on the channel in Universe Mode. Welcome everybody to Backlash. It is the post-WrestleMania 38 show, and we are excited here from Providence, Rhode Island in the Dunkin' Donuts Center. 8 matches on the card tonight. I hope you guys are ready for this one as I bring all the action to you guys here. If you're excited, make sure you drop that like and subscribe if you haven't already, especially if you want more Universe Mode content. And we're going to start off real quickly with the first of 2 World Championship matches here tonight. Making his way to the ring, Shinsuke Nakamura, who will challenge Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns will defend both of his titles here tonight, and he's going to open it up with one title defense against one of SmackDown's best. Shinsuke Nakamura never won a World Championship. He won a fatal 4-way match on the SmackDown after WrestleMania 38, where he beat Madcap Moss, Ridge Holland, and Xavier Woods to gain this opportunity. And Shinsuke is looking for some revenge, looking to avenge his tag team partner Rick Boogs, who suffered a torn quad at WrestleMania 38 in their tag team title match. Hopefully Rick Boogs gets better, but Shinsuke Nakamura has a chance to win the big one here tonight. It's been good to see this resurgence in the King of Strong style. You can tell he is fired up and ready to take on the Tribal Chief, who has been almost untouchable since winning the gold. And here he's making his first title defense. Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, but more importantly, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, as he defends the blue belt to begin the show, as Roman Reigns gets ready to make his long trek to the ring. Crowd on their feet for the undisputed champion, the needle mover himself, as Roman Reigns, is not one to rush to the ring, and here he is, the Universal Championship in tow with his special wise man Paul Heyman, who carries that title with pride. 616 days Roman Reigns has held the gold since August of 2020. He has been champion, and he's beaten them all. John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, you name him, Roman Reigns has beat him in this reign, and he hasn't showed any signs of slowing down. As he likes to say, he is officially in God mode. So we'll have to see if Shinsuke Nakamura can defeat the Tribal Chief, as now he makes his way to the ring. 1 of 2 to 6 title defenses he'll have to make tonight. No Usos by his side. Paul Heyman will not be involved in the main event, since that is technically a Raw match. They will not be by his side, but he will bring Paul Heyman in tow for this matchup, as Roman Reigns looks to regain the gold. Now, going through Roman's head, you got to think, you want to win tonight against Nakamura, and you want to do it quickly. You got a big-time title defense later tonight against 2 of the best on Raw, and Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. So if you can beat Shinsuke relatively quickly, that gives you the rest of the night to prepare. Now, they wanted to make it fair on Roman Reigns in the grand scheme of things, since he has a title defense to begin the show, and he's also going to have one at the end of the show. So he doesn't have to do it in repetitive consecutive matches, but he does have to defend 2 world titles tonight, something that's almost unheard of in our sport, as Roman Reigns makes his way in front of the crowd. A couple of ones going up, as they like to say, we are the ones, in reference to the Bloodline, who has ran roughshod over SmackDown. But Shinsuke Nakamura has beaten 2 members of the Bloodline, Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso. But can he knock off the Big Uso himself, Roman Reigns? Puts the title high in the air. That's what it's going to be all about in just a few moments, as Roman Reigns gets ready to hand the belt over, and we get ready for official introductions. The Universal Championship is on the line as we get ready to begin our show. That's what it's all about, the Universal Championship. But first, the challenger from Kyoto, Japan, weighing in at 229 pounds, Shinsuke Nakamura, the King of Strong Style. And his opponent from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, he is the WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. So we get ready for our you can tell the big time fight atmosphere here tonight to begin the show. The crowd is amped. I hope you guys are as well. As both superstars look at the gold, that is what's on the line. The Universal Championship to begin the show in a one-on-one encounter. It is Shinsuke Nakamura versus Roman Reigns. Here we go. It is time to begin. The first match of the night is underway. Hope you guys enjoyed the introductions. I'm going to be doing them for every match that is a championship match here tonight. So let me know in the comment section below, do you like the introductions or do you not like the introductions? But Roman Reigns gets the early advantage here in this one as he drops Nakamura to the mat. And there's a nice forearm across the back of the neck of the challenger. Roman Reigns, we mentioned he is the Universal Champion. He's also the WWE Champion. Shinsuke Nakamura never won the big one. He's a two-time Intercontinental Champion, a two-time United States Champion, as well as a former Royal Rumble winner. Won it back in 2018, but has never won a world title. Looking to change that tonight as he gets the upper hand now on Roman Reigns. A couple of kicks in the corner, a couple of body shots. Drops Roman Reigns in the corner as a kick for good measure, and now Shinsuke Nakamura starting to bring it to the champion. Roman Reigns, though, quickly back to his feet, grabs a hold of Nakamura, has him up on his shoulders, and is going to drop him, and there's a big right hand to the face. Nothing pretty about that one, but it gets him the advantage. But Shinsuke back to his feet, going to drive the Tribal Chief into the corner or work away on that left leg. Nakamura, we've mentioned, has beaten both of the Usos in one-on-one competition, but now he has to deal with the Big Us himself and Roman Reigns, and if he can do that, that'll net him the championship as there's a boot in the corner. Reigns once again in a seated position down on the bottom turnbuckle, and Nakamura has the advantage. So he gets a boot right to the face. There's the King of Strong Style doing what he does best. A very eccentric character is Nakamura. Loves to surf, loves to be very outgoing, but loves to hit hard when he needs to, as now he's working away on the right arm of Roman Reigns, trying to neutralize that Superman punch as we get our first cover of the night. But Roman Reigns kicks out before a count of one. Nakamura a little bit of disbelief as Roman Reigns, somebody hard to put down. He likes to say he's in God mode now, greatness on a different level, and it's hard to argue. Roman Reigns has not been beat for the Universal Championship in over a year and a half. So he has definitely put himself on a different pedestal. There's a couple of right hands to the skull of Nakamura. Now he can get Shinsuke back to his feet. Going to hit him with a suplex. He does. Feet into the ropes too of Nakamura. That's not going to help your fall. As now Roman Reigns looks to take control. Stomps to the downed opponent. And work away on that back, on that neck of Nakamura. Maybe set him up for a guillotine leader. You can see Roman Reigns has used that submission attempt in the past to regain some titles. There's a big clothesline. Knocks Nakamura off his feet with the big right lariat. Now a couple of right hands to the face of Nakamura. Roman Reigns starting to get into that zone. More big-time strikes to Nakamura as Nakamura is starting to find himself into some trouble. Reigns gets him back to his feet. He's going to snap him over, hit the ropes, and there's a big boot to the face. Nakamura taking a couple of shots. Roman Reigns very happy with his work, but you don't want to take your eye off the ball just yet. Nakamura back to his feet. Reigns will meet him there. And he's going to hang him up on the top rope. As this is the kind of pace Roman Reigns likes. He likes that slower, methodical, I'm just going to beat you down type of offense. But now he's going to go for a cover. Gets 1.5 before Nakamura kicks out. Talked about some of the people that Roman Reigns has beat in the past as he looks for a Superman punch, but he misfired. And now Nakamura looking to take advantage. Going to kick to that hamstring. Nakamura with a suplex plants Roman Reigns face first into the canvas. That might have been the opening that Nakamura needed. A mistimed Superman punch has opened the door, and now there's a couple of left kicks to the sternum. Roman Reigns in some trouble. These hard left shots right to the chest, and then it taps it off with a right kick to the dome, and now Nakamura has the momentum. More strikes to the champion. Nakamura starting to reel. Roman Reigns backpedaling here. Rights, lefts, kicks, punches now into the corner. Roman Reigns looking to battle back out. He gets Nakamura, snaps him back over, looking to hit the ropes again. There's going to another boot to the face. That'll put Nakamura down. Now Roman Reigns looks to regain control. Be back where he left off before that failed Superman punch attempt. Roman Reigns talked about, we're getting ready to say, the opponents he's knocked off. Knocked off Brock Lesnar in the main event of WrestleMania. He will see him later tonight. But he's facing a competitor that he has not faced in that time span as the Tribal Chief in Nakamura. But Roman Reigns is looking good early. But Nakamura quickly back to his feet. But Reigns will meet him with a nice Samoan drop. Good maneuver there by Roman Reigns as he puts a fist up for the crowd. No ones yet, but you can see plenty of ones in the crowd, including that foam finger. As I think Roman Reigns might be gearing up for a Superman punch, but he will try for a cover first. He gets 2 for the championship, but Nakamura kicks out at 2.5. Roman Reigns, will he look for that Superman punch as a right hand? Now he's going to snap him over again. I think he's going to look for that boot once more. He's going to hit the ropes, but I think the ref might have gotten his way a little bit. It stopped his momentum, but Roman Reigns, he's the champion. He's going to call an audible when he needs to, and this is a delayed vertical suplex. Almost looked like a jackhammer of attempt. We talked about the opponents Reigns has beaten. One of them was Goldberg back at the Elimination Chamber in February, so might have a little bit of a shot to the former champion as there's a big strike to the face of Reigns. Goldberg, a former Universal Championship is what I meant there, but Paul Heyman up on the apron. You can't see him, but paying dividends for Roman Reigns there. Gets the ref distracted. Nakamura wisely didn't sit there for a cover. Tried to work away some more on the champion, but Roman Reigns back to his feet now. Going for another suplex attempt that just tosses Nakamura halfway across the ring into the cover, but Nakamura does have that right boot underneath the rope. Roman Reigns now, what does he have planned? He's going to go for a guillotine. Locks it in on Nakamura. Heyman introduced a chair. That would cause a disqualification, but it might not matter. Roman Reigns choking out Nakamura. Will Nakamura tap? He has yet to do it just now, but Reigns releases the hold. Nakamura might have just gone out, and there's a Superman punch for good measure. I think Nakamura is out cold, gets 2, and that'll do it. Roman Reigns retains the Universal Championship in our opening contest. I think Nakamura passed out to that guillotine, but Roman Reigns just wanted to finish him off with the Superman punch for good measure, and he retains against Nakamura. Saw some offense early from Nakamura. That failed Superman punch attempt by Reigns really opened the door, but it was the second attempt that connected right on the jaw, and Roman Reigns stays Universal Champion. 1 successful title defense in the books. He'll have to do it again later tonight in our main event for the WWE Championship. But at least Roman Reigns can use the next couple hours to rest and prepare with the blue belt still in his grasp. Well, the hits just keep on coming because the next match we have the 2 best women in Raw's women's division going at it for the top prize, and making her way to the ring is big time Becky Lynch herself, the former Raw Women's Champion. Lost that title at WrestleMania 38 in a show-stealing classic, and she has an opportunity tonight to regain that title. Becky Lynch has said that she has not been the same without it. It has been hard to adjust to life. She likes that title almost as much as she likes her own kid. And Becky Lynch will have an opportunity to regain it here tonight. Means all business as she makes her way into the ring. Looking to still prove that she is the best woman in all of WWE. But she'll have to knock off the woman who beat her at WrestleMania in order to make that claim. She is the champion, Bianca Belair, the EST of WWE, as she makes her way to the ring. Bianca Belair won that title at WrestleMania and has not looked back since. We've seen her make a successful title defense on Raw a couple weeks ago against a returning Alexa Bliss, as she has said that she will take on all comers because she is the roughest, the toughest, the smartest, the strongest, and absolute best in all of WWE, and she has another opportunity to prove it tonight here at Backlash as she puts that title on the line against arguably the best woman that Raw's Women's Division has to offer in Becky Lynch. A big-time clash coming up next, as it is for, like the aforementioned, we said, Raw Women's Championship, a loaded Backlash card here tonight. This is only the second match of the night, and it's for the Raw Women's Championship. To the ring, though, for special introductions. Introducing first the challenger from Dublin, Ireland, Becky Lynch. And her opponent from Knoxville, Tennessee, she is the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. So as we get ready for this contest, the second of 7 championship matches here tonight on the card, as both superstars look to fight for that prize. This means more than anything else in wrestling for these two women, and they'll battle it out for that gold. Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair. The WrestleMania 38 rematch is underway, and here we go. Both superstars make their way to the center of the ring, and it's Bianca Belair who gets the early advantage, gets Becky up, already squatting her in a vertical base. We haven't even talked about the power game of Bianca yet, but that is what's on display. Bianca Belair, she is the strongest, and I don't even think that's a debate, the strongest in all of WWE, as she misses a moonsault there on to Becky Lynch. But Bianca Belair is the champion. She's been champion for 36 days. She's already made one successful title defense in her home state on Raw a few weeks ago. But she has to beat Becky Lynch twice, which is something that nobody has been able to do for quite a long time. Becky Lynch, the former Raw Women's Champion, actually a 6-time Women's Champion in her own right, has held that Raw Women's title on 2 separate occasions. Was never pinned for the first time. Remember, she had to vacate it to become a mother. But so Bianca Belair finally beat her, the first woman to beat Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. So Bianca Belair can hold that to her name, but she has to beat Becky Lynch twice, as that is easier said than done, as Bianca Belair has Becky Lynch, lifts her up off her feet again, and going to squat her a couple more times and deliver a power slam into the mat. Bianca Belair going for that moonsault again. This time does hit the standing moonsault. This looks like going to work away on the arm of Becky now, but Bianca Belair, you know, she's going to have to get into that power game if she wants to beat Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, I think as long as she taps into that craftiness, Becky Lynch is a very crafty competitor. You're not champion for over a year if you don't know how to get it done when it matters. That is why she has called herself Big Time Becky Lynch, because nobody has won more Big Time matches in the women's division than Becky Lynch, arguably in her own right, though. But Bianca Belair, more power game on display as she drops Becky to the mat, goes for the cover to retain, but only gets a 1 count. So Becky Lynch in uncharted territory for quite some time, having to regain the title as a challenger, as Becky Lynch gets dropped to the canvas. These two go back all the way to SummerSlam of last year. Bianca Belair, the SmackDown Women's Champion at the time. Becky Lynch made her triumphant return, beat her in quick and emphatic fashion, and won the title. Bianca Belair able to get some revenge at WrestleMania. So you can say this is kind of like the rubber match between the two competitors. Both have a win over each other on pay-per-view, as Bianca Belair has Becky on her shoulder again and just plants her right into the mat. Bianca Belair looking solid in the early going. More power on display here as she lifts her up and delivers a running power slam this time. And Becky Lynch is starting to get into some trouble. All these power moves are going to start adding up, as there is another vertical suplex by Bianca, but this time Becky does get out the back. And there's a shot to the spine of the champion. And now Becky Lynch looking to regain control, but Bianca there to fight her off. The champion approaches Becky. Going to lift her up again on her shoulders. More squats. And just going to drive her into the mat. Bianca Belair, all offense here in the early going, as Becky is laying down on the mat. What does Bianca Belair have in mind? She went for a standing shooting star, but that time Becky Lynch was able to get the knees up. And now she has Bianca up and delivers a manhandle slam on the champion. Do we have a new champion already in quick fashion? Gets 2, but Bianca kicks out at 2.5. We almost crowned a new champion. Becky Lynch hit that manhandle slam, but this time Bianca Belair was able to kick out. Don't think Becky's done enough damage to the champion. This time, looking for that disarmer. It's locked in, and Bianca not really close to the ropes. Can she get out of it? She does. She gets her arm out the backside, but Bianca Belair maybe a little bit of damage to that left arm. Might have to rely on just one in order to get that power game, as there's a nice snap suplex that takes Becky to the mat. But Becky already back up to her feet. Bianca with a nice right elbow. Lifts up Becky again. There's a back suplex. More of the right arm that time. And now he's going to go for another splash on Becky Lynch. And Bianca Belair hasn't seemed very phased yet from that disarmer earlier. She kicks Becky back down to the mat. Going to go for another splash. This time does connect again. Now goes for the pin. Ref into position, gets 1. And Becky Lynch, though, will kick out at 1.5. Showing good resiliency by the former champ. That's why she is a former 6-time women's champion. Bianca. Becky, though, from behind is going to deliver an elbow to the back of the spine again. Going to spin her around. This time Becky Lynch has Bianca on her shoulders and hangs her on the top rope right across the throat of the champion. And now Becky Lynch starting to gain some momentum. Might have wasted a little bit too much time, though. Bianca back to her feet. It's going to have Becky up. This is looking for the KOD, and she delivers. Kiss of death to Becky Lynch. Bianca Belair going to drag her away from the ropes. Is that enough to crown a retain of the title into the cover? Ref slides into position, gets 1, gets 2, and Becky kicks out at the last second. Oh, I think the fact that Becky was close to the ropes initially might have saved her there, as Bianca had to drag her away after the KOD. Bianca going to have Becky up again, looking powerbomb. No, just drops her from behind. And Bianca looking good. Now going to go to the top rope. What does Bianca Belair have in mind? This time a splash off the top rope to Becky Lynch. And Bianca looking good as the crowd. Both superstars back to their feet. Now Becky's going to throw Bianca into the corner. And Becky off of the bottom rope. Drop to the throat of Bianca. Knocks her all the way out of the ring. Nice throat kick by Becky. Now on the outside, the competitors go. There's a Beck exploder on the outside on the just very little padding there is on the outside, as Becky Lynch now regaining control. Ref up to a count of 2. Becky does have to win this one in the ring. A count out or disqualification does not net her the title. So this is Bianca's territory. She's back to her feet and squats her some more. And this time delivers it on the outside. It's going to hurt a little bit more, as the ref now up to 4. Becky, though, back to her feet. Bianca has her again on the shoulders, and it's just going to inflict more pain on the outside. Drops her again, and now an elbow drop. Ref up to 6, so both competitors got to start making their way towards the ring. Bianca is going to oblige. She's going to get in the ring. Becky will, looks like she will follow. So both superstars do make it back in. Bianca is there to meet her. Going for a pump handle of her own. Just a knee across the rib cage of the challenger. Now gets Becky to her feet. What is Bianca? Going for another suplex attempt. Yes, she has her up, but Becky out the backside. I think that left arm might have cost her there. And Becky hits a German suplex to the champion. That left arm was in the disarmer earlier, and it's starting to pay dividends for Becky. As here's more strikes to the midsection. Lefts and right kicks. Bianca against the ropes. Becky going to tie up now that right arm, trying to take away all of the power game. Now goes for the cover. Gets 1, but Bianca will kick out after 1. A quick drop kick to the champion. Becky Lynch maybe starting to doubt herself a little bit. She did beat Bianca in quick fashion at SummerSlam, but Becky has not beaten Bianca in a long back and forth contest like this. Maybe this is starting to get into the advantage of the champion. I mean, she is big time Becky Lynch, but will she start to doubt herself? Another splash down. Becky in trouble again. Bianca in the control, goes for the pin. This to retain the title, but only gets a 1.5. Becky Lynch is trying to show to Bianca that you got to do more than that if you want to beat me. And Bianca looking to do just that. Rolls over Becky. Has her from behind. And And now Bianca's going to assess with a nice kick to the sternum. As both competitors going at it, this is why they are the two best that Raw's women's division has to offer. And Bianca drops her across the rib cage again, setting up for that KOD. And now Bianca, what does she have in mind? She's going to go to the top rope. Might have wasted a couple of seconds there. Becky is down, but now she is going to get back to her feet. It seems like Bianca doesn't mind, and she's going to deliver the double axe handle across the spine. But this time, another knee to the midsection across the skull, excuse me. As now Becky Lynch regains control. Look for a kick to the midsection. Might have been setting up for another manhandle slam, but Bianca's going to counter and deliver a knee to the back of the neck of the challenger. That is a huge shot to Becky Lynch, who's taking a lot of big-time power moves in this contest. You have to wonder, how much does Becky have left in the tank? As now Bianca Belair focusing her offense on the lower body of the challenger, focusing on that left knee, continues to writhe away and twist the joints, twist that kneecap of Becky Lynch. Bianca's going to get her back to her feet now. Look for another suplex and does connect. That's another suplex to the challenger. Not quite suplex city, but we've seen a few of those from Bianca Belair. She's going to hit the ropes again and look for another splash down. She does connect. Becky Lynch maybe back in trouble, but does get to her feet. Might have realized that Bianca was starting to get rolling. Is now going to pin her against the ropes, try to regain an advantage. Now there's that right arm. Ties it up in the ropes again. And Becky Lynch very proud of what she's been able to do, but Bianca is back to her feet. Might have wasted a little bit too much time there. And Bianca will get her up, spin her on her shoulders, and plant her right into the mat. It's the power game of Bianca Belair just paying dividends all over this match. Now looking to drag Becky Lynch over, and there is this time does connect on the standing shooting star press. Now going to go for the cover. Gets 1, 2, and 2.5. Becky Lynch barely kicks out. That's the most that Bianca Belair's gotten in a pin. You could tell starting to do some damage. That was a 2.5. Now Bianca, Becky to her feet, looking for the KOD a second time, and it delivers. KOD in the center of the ring. Nowhere to go for Becky Lynch. Is that enough to retain the title? Gets 2. And yes, Bianca Belair beats Becky Lynch center of the ring with the KOD. And is still your Raw Women's Champion. That is back-to-back wins over Becky Lynch. Clean on pay-per-view. Bianca Belair showing that she is the top women, the best in the Raw Women's division. A huge, hard-fought win for Bianca Belair, who continues her reign in a big, very good back-and-forth contest. Leaned on that power game. Bianca Belair is the better one tonight. What does this mean for Becky Lynch? That's 2 losses in a row. And who's going to be next for Bianca Belair? You have to think a new woman is going to step up. But tonight, Bianca Belair is just going to prove why she is the EST of WWE. Well, the next match is between 3 of the best tag teams on SmackDown for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, and making their way to the ring first at a combined weight of 417 pounds. It's Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods representing the New Day. As this match is a multi-team match, so the introductions will be going on as they make their way to the ring. But arguably the best tag team in all of WWE history, the New Day, represented by Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Hope you are doing well, Big E, back at home. We miss you, buddy. But looking for gold once more. The New Day, recent times, have had a lot of problems with the Brawling Brutes, and them and the Brutes have been going at it for quite a few months, as they are the ones responsible for Big E's injury, and they get to fight tonight, but also with the tag team titles on the line. The team making their way to the ring next, as you get a look at the crowd chanting New Day here in Providence, Rhode Island. A packed crowd at the Dunkin' Donuts Center as the New Day finishes throwing their pancakes into the crowd and making their way to the ring. They are at a combined weight of 493 pounds, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, as they make their way to the ring. The longest reigning SmackDown Tag Team Champions of all time, representing the bloodline these days. And the Usos, they've been dominant ever since winning the titles last year at Money in the Bank. They have not looked back. They have quite the challenge here tonight, facing two teams at the same time. And those two teams don't like each other. So the Usos just kind of caught in the middle here. They haven't really did anything wrong to warrant this contest, but you know, when two of the best tag teams are going at it with each other, might as well put the gold on the line. So that is exactly what the Usos are going to do. But if they win this match, they will once again prove why they are the best tag team on the planet today. Now the final team is, in my opinion, the wild card in this matchup, as they are the Brawling Brutes, but they will make their way to the ring separately because Butch, you don't know what the heck that guy's going to do. So making his way to the ring first, they do weigh a combined 458 pounds. They are the Brawling Brutes, but the first man is Ridge Holland, Sheamus's protege. Ridge Holland's had a very impressive past couple of months. He was part of that victory at WrestleMania over the New Day, and then Ridge Holland was in a very big Fatal 4-Way contest on the SmackDown after WrestleMania, where he had a shot to fight for the Universal Championship here tonight. Unfortunately for Ridge, he was unsuccessful, but he does get a shot at the SmackDown Tag Team Championships here tonight. His partner Butch is a wild card. Don't know how much you can trust the guy, but he does like to fight, and that's all these guys like to do, is like to fight, and it seems like they like to fight with the New Day. Now here comes his partner, the aforementioned Butch, as he makes his way to the ring. The other half of the Brawling Brutes here tonight, the 1/3 of the group that also has Sheamus. Sheamus not at ringside here tonight, but Butch is a man who, like I just said, he just likes to fight. There's really no other way to put it. This man just likes to go throw hands. He doesn't care if he is your friend, if he's your enemy. Butch is just going to hit anything that moves. And in a contest like this, that actually could play to his favor. And that's why I call this team the wild card in this matchup. They don't have a lot of success, or a lot of experience rather, as a tag team. But when you get two guys that all they want to do is fight, this is the format for you. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be 6 people fighting at one time. Triple threat tornado tag rules. And you just got to hit anything that moves and just stay on your feet. And hopefully just end up at the right place at the right time for the pin. So if Butch can just throw hands with anybody and he ends up with a pinning opportunity, they could walk away SmackDown Tag Team Champions. But all 3 teams are in the ring, and we are ready to go. The Usos versus the New Day versus the Brawling Brutes in a triple threat tornado tag match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Now this one's going to be wild. This one's going to be chaotic, so I'm going to do my best to bring you all the action here in the ring, as all 6 competitors will be legal at one time. The ref's job just to make sure that nobody gets hurt in this matchup. We get our first cover attempt. Xavier Woods going after Butch in the far corner. Unfortunately unable to get to. But the strategy for this one is, there really is no strategy. You got to, if there's anything, you got to stay in the ring. You don't really want to end up on the outside in a spot where you can break up the pin, and don't get preoccupied for too long. All it takes is a 3 count, and if you take your eye off of the ball and start to focus in on somebody for just a little too long, you could be, well, somebody can make the pin in that time period. So it seems like they've grouped up into singles. Xavier was going after Butch, but right as I say that, one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Jimmy, rolls to the outside. He was doing battle with Kofi, and now Jay is over the top rope on the apron as well. Kofi with the right hand, and Kofi's going to drop Jay to the outside. So the SmackDown Tag Team Champions on the outside, and the Brawling Brutes in the New Day continue to go at it. Butch has isolated Xavier Woods. He's done that quite a few times in recent weeks. They do have a singles contest against each other. Xavier Woods did come out on the winning end of that one recently. Xavier Woods has been a pretty hot single superstar, but it's all about the tag team goal here tonight as he drops Butch. Now he goes for the pin. See, this is what I'm talking about. Everybody else is on the outside. But Xavier only gets a 1 count. It's still very early in the matchup. But if you're on the outside and somebody's in the ring, goes for a pinning combination, it's kind of hard to get there in time, as Xavier Woods gets thrown to the outside by Butch, slammed hard into the apron, as Butch will not seem to let Xavier Woods go. On the other side of the ring, Ridge Holland goes against Jimmy, and that's Jay battling Kofi Kingston. As all 6 superstars are on the outside of the ring, Ridge finally agrees to go back in the ring as he is met by Jimmy Uso. They battle inside the ring. These 3 teams, 2 of them have done battle quite a few times and are 2 of the best tag teams in all of WWE. The Usos, can't count them out. They've been champions for 294 days now. Like we said earlier, that's the longest SmackDown tag team champions of all time. And they've had plenty of battles against the New Day in the past. They've traded victories, traded titles. As the New Day, 11-time tag team champions, the longest reigning tag team title reign of all time. Usos had the longest reigning SmackDown tag team title reign, as that is a powerbomb to the outside to Ridge. But the New Day had the longest reigning tag team title reign of all time. Now, if the Usos keep this up, they could quite honestly pass that. They've been red hot. It's been hard for anybody to stop them, but this is the kind of match you got to be careful of that you could be in on the losing end of. And you don't even have to be involved in the pin. If the New Day pins the Brawling Brutes, or if the Brawling Brutes pins the New Day, you lose the titles. There's really nothing about it. Now, then you got the 3rd team in this contest. The Brawling Brutes is on the outside. Up on the shoulders, Ridge Holland, though, is going to fight out of it. Thinking Samoan drop by Jimmy on the outside. Now Ridge has him up for a suplex and just throws him into the table. That has got to hurt. Table does not give. There's not a lot of leeway there. You hit that table and it doesn't break, your back is going to feel it. Big time power move there by Ridge Holland, but Jimmy back in the ring, going to go back to the outside to Ridge. He has not forgotten about that. Meanwhile, Xavier Woods and Jay in the ring. Xavier Woods actually goes for a pin here, gets 1, gets 2. Butch was in the ring for a second, but dove right back out. Like I said earlier, he just likes to fight the New Day. I don't think he really cared that there was a pin going on in the ring, as there's an elbow drop from the top rope by Xavier Woods. In trouble, this to win the titles, gets 2, gets 2.5, as Xavier Woods almost won the titles for the New Day, and that's what we're talking about. You just got to be in the right place at the right time. A drop kick keeps Xavier Woods on his feet. As on the outside, a spine buster to Ridge Holland drops him. As the action is fast and furious. Everybody fighting around the ring, fighting in the ring, and now Xavier Woods has a submission attempt on one half of the champions, but it will be broken up by his tag team partner. Meanwhile, still on the outside, Kofi Kingston with a swinging net breaker on Butch. They continue to go at it. And then on the inside, there's a working away on the leg of Xavier Woods. Meanwhile, Ridge Holland's still in the ring as well. Jimmy working away on Kofi. Jay working away on Ridge. But I was trying to get to a second ago. The Brawling Brutes, they've only been a team for a couple of months. There's now a Samoan drop to Ridge on the inside. That could do it. Jay's going to try to drag Ridge over. Everybody else on the outside. Is anybody paying attention what's on the inside of the ring? Is there's a spine buster on the outside. Gets 1, but Ridge actually kicks out at 1. So very impressive show of display there by Ridge, who goes to the outside, looking to help out his partner in Butch, as Kofi Kingston was actually cranking away on his neck out there. But the Brawling Brutes, they've only been a team for a couple of months. There's a Michinoku driver to Kingston, but they are the wild card. Nothing much to expect here. They do have similar styles. They do have similar interests, but we've also seen them throw hands with each other, so I don't really know where the teamwork is with the Brawling Brutes in an actual tag team matchup. You get them in a street fight or a bare-knuckle brawl, I'm picking the Brawling Brutes any day of the week, but in a traditional tag team match, who knows what they're capable of? I don't think they've quite tapped into that potential. All 6 competitors now back inside the ring. Xavier Woods will roll to the outside. There's a big Alabama slam. And then working away on Kofi Kingston as well. As all the action frantic in this one. It's going to be hard to get a pin anytime soon while Butch continues his joint manipulation over there. Meanwhile, the right hand's thrown to Kofi. Jimmy bombs, goes for a kick to the midsection. Ridge Holland is there as they look to double team Kofi, but Jimmy's just throwing punches, throwing kicks. Meanwhile, Butch goes for a cover on Jay. Gets 1, gets 2, and that was close. I don't think anybody quite realized that Butch was going for a cover there. As Jay rolls to the outside, Jimmy, though, has Kofi inside the ring as Ridge Holland and Jimmy just continue to work away on Kofi Kingston. Meanwhile, Ridge setting up Kofi for something. Kofi will shoot with the left hand. Rocks Ridge. Jimmy drops Ridge. That tandem didn't work well for long, as now Jimmy goes to the top rope. I think he's looking for a splash, but never given the opportunity, as there's a high arcing back suplex by Butch to the outside, as he just stomps away on the chest of Jay. Meanwhile, Jimmy once again on that top rope. Uso splash would probably end this one, but Kofi's actually working away on Ridge. I think Jimmy's going to let that happen, but Butch will not as he enters the ring. Actually goes back outside the ring, now gets back in the ring, but Ridge does fight out of the hole. So a lot of superstars in this match, not entirely sure why, but they'll get in the ring and they'll get right back out of the ring just to get right back in the ring. So maybe that's a little, don't know what quite that is. We won't really talk about that little bug, but nonetheless, back in the ring, Jimmy, Butch, and Kofi continue to fight away, while Jay and Xavier on the outside, Ridge laid out as well. As this one's been pretty frantic. This starts to get to the point of the matchup where you just need an opening. Everybody has been worn down to an extent. There's been plenty of offense by all three teams, as they're on the outside as a DDT to Xavier Woods. That'll keep him down for a while, but I don't think they really want to. But he can only win this match inside the ring. Pinfalls and submissions in the ring only. Xavier Woods deposited to the outside, as he will, actually Jay will go back over to him. Meanwhile in the ring, Jimmy has Kofi lined up, hits the Uso splash. This is the opportunity, gets two. Butch to his feet though, breaks up the pin. I thought that was going to do it. Jimmy finally hit the Uso splash, but now a bitter end on Jimmy. Kofi Kingston down, Butch to win it. This for the titles, gets one, gets two, but Jimmy kicks out at 2.5. Oh my gosh, we almost crowned new champions. What a sequence. That is what you need. You need one opportunity in the ring. Jimmy hit the splash on Kofi. I thought that was going to be it. Butch, though, broke it up. And then Butch took advantage, connected with the bitter ends, but Jimmy kicked out at 2.5. That's why they're the longest reigning SmackDown Tag Team Champions of all time. That's what I'm talking about. Butch, he is the just wild man in this match. He just needs an opening, one opening, and he will deliver. Just couldn't quite get the shoulders down for 3 there. Meanwhile, both members of the Brawling Brutes back in the ring. The only one actually not in the ring is Xavier Woods, as it looks like he will rejoin the fray. So once again, all 6 competitors back in, as one half of the Usos rolls to the outside. Couldn't quite tell who that is. I think that is Jimmy out there, while Kofi throws Ridge over the top rope and will hang him up, and now Ridge falls to the outside. Kofi is going to go to meet him, and now just one member of each team is inside. Jay, Butch, and Xavier Woods. As Butch looking good despite spinning over the back of Jay quite a few times. Butch has been on fire in recent minutes as he continues to work away on both members. Just still trying to throw punches. It looks like him and Xavier Woods, a pairing that I thought would never coexist, seem to just be working away on Jay. Meanwhile, on the outside, Kofi Kingston drops Ridge Holland, as Kofi now delivers a knee to the crown of the head, and Butch stomping away. Xavier Woods, though, wants in some of the action. He's actually going to go for a pin. Butch is saying, I don't think that's going to quite work, and just kicks him after a 2 count. So plenty of action in this one. I don't know who's going to walk away with the titles. There's a big boot to Jay. That would do it. Butch is actually going to try to steal the pin. Xavier Woods is saying, not today. Waves the finger at Butch, but a big move nonetheless. Jay now down on the inside. It's up to Butch and Xavier Woods. If one could capitalize on the other, they could win the championships. Butch, though, thinking bitter end. He connects on Xavier Woods. This might be what you need. Xavier now for the cover. Oh, but Jay back to his feet, breaks it up. I thought Butch had it again. Now looking for a suplex, just drops Jay Uso. Butch is on fire. I think somebody else needs to get back in the ring, because Butch could put away somebody here. Actually thinking bitter end on Jay, and it connects to Jay Uso. Butch again looking to win the titles, but Xavier Woods is back to his feet. How many times has Butch been close to winning this matchup for it to not happen? Now Xavier Woods has Jay and package drives him into the ground. Ridge, though, back into the ring. And Ridge will meet Xavier Woods in the corner. Meanwhile, Jay and Butch continue to fight. Ridge has Xavier on his shoulders and just power bombs him into the ground. Meanwhile, Jay dropped Ridge Holland. And both superstars going for a pin now. Ridge actually used the ropes. They didn't quite work. And then the other one was broken up. So very interesting sequence. Both Ridge Holland and Jey Uso wanted to put away their competitors, as there's a German suplex by Ridge Holland, and then a huge lariat turns Xavier Woods inside out. Him and Xavier Woods, the only two superstars now in the ring. Everybody else just brawling in the entryway as Kofi Kingston bounces off of the turnbuckle. Xavier Woods gets snake-eyes into the corner. We've seen plenty of finishers in this match, but who will connect with the final one? Ridge Holland gets dropped by Xavier Woods. Now on the shoulders on the outside, Butch with a tombstone on Jimmy on the entryway. Meanwhile, back in the ring, Xavier Woods setting up Ridge Holland. New Day rolls through and connects with a big clothesline on Ridge Holland. The big man is down. Going for the cover, but everybody's starting to get back in the ring. That one will not connect. As now all 5 competitors, minus Kofi Kingston, in the ring. Back to square one we go in this contest. Everybody on even playing field, just looking for that one opportunity. Butch will go to the outside. He'll go after Kofi Kingston, as now Xavier Woods and Ridge Holland are isolated in the ring. Meanwhile, Jimmy's going up to the top rope here. What's he thinking? He hits him with a superfly splash, goes for the pin. Ridge Holland is there, though, and breaks it up after a count of 1. That was the big move you need. Big superfly splash, but Ridge Holland, good ring awareness to get there. Now a running power slam on Xavier Woods, but Jay right behind him will break up the pin, so that was not going to work. Meanwhile, Jimmy back up on the top rope. Another Uso splash. Ridge Holland being taken care of by Jimmy, and the Usos get the win. They retain the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. That was the moment you need. Ridge Holland with the power slam on Xavier Woods. Jay was there to get a hold of Ridge, and then Jimmy off the top rope with a Uso splash. Nets him the 1, 2, 3. That is the awareness you need. The Usos retain the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. So far, the Bloodline continue to reign supreme tonight. And the Usos, in one of their biggest competitions in their title reign, prove victorious. Can anybody knock off the SmackDown Tag Team Champions? Well, that was a pretty chaotic match on the SmackDown side. Now we're going to go to the Raw side, where we have another 6-man match, a 6-pack challenge match for the United States Championship. The only difference this time, these 6 men are not going to work together. One pinfall will do it. First, making his way to the ring from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds. It is AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, makes his way to the ring. As AJ Styles is in this matchup because he's had some issues with Judgment Day in recent months. Lost to Edge at WrestleMania thanks to Damian Priest making an appearance. We have not seen Edge since WrestleMania, but AJ Styles has continued his beef with Damian Priest, as Damian Priest also in this matchup. And so AJ Styles will have to keep his eye, though, on the prize, not his personal agenda, if he wants to walk away with the United States Championship. Next man making his way to the ring is that aforementioned superstar from New York City, weighing in at 249 pounds. It is Damian Priest, representing Judgment Day, Edge's pupil, the Punisher, as Edge likes to call him, of Judgment Day. Damian Priest was a former United States champion, lost that title a few months ago to Finn Balor, and we have just seen a different side of Damian Priest then. We've always known he's had that darker side, but it's really come out in recent months, and it's been exponentiated since he's joined forces with Edge. Don't know what's in store for Judgment Day, but Damian Priest would love to bring the United States Championship back to the group. Now the next superstar is the man who beat Damian Priest for the title, and the man who was actually beat by Theory, our current champion for the title, from Bray County, Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 190 pounds, Finn Balor. Now the Prince, as he likes to be called, making his way to the ring. The former champion lost his title in a very, you could say, unforgiving circumstance for Finn Balor. He thought he was defending his title against Damian Priest, in that matchup. Unfortunately for Priest, he was attacked backstage by AJ Styles, who's also in this matchup. And Mr. McMahon made a phone call. He said, I still want a United States Championship match to take place, and he named his protege to be that man, and Theory ended up beating Finn Balor for the title. So you can say Finn Balor was preparing for Damian Priest in that matchup, got Theory. That is two different styles, and Finn Balor has not had a rematch since. This is his rematch, a six-pack challenge match. So you got to feel for Finn a little bit. Has not really done anything wrong to warrant this opportunity. Hasn't really done anything wrong to lose his United States Championship, but Finn Balor is going to go at it anyway and look to regain his United States Championship. Now the fourth man in this contest is making his way to the ring, and it is the man who just beat Finn Balor. He is from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the United States Champion, Theory. Now, Theory makes his way to the ring, formerly Austin Theory, but Mr. McMahon and Theory have decided that they don't want to go by the name Austin after what happened at WrestleMania, so he wants to just be called Theory. But one thing you have to call him is United States Champion. Despite the opportunity, you could say that Theory was given a very favorable chance for the United States Championship. He did deliver. He did win the title. He did beat Finn Balor. So he has the right to be called champion. Now, there's no favors on his side here tonight. It's 5 guys gunning for that championship. Theory's biggest test to date. We'll have to see if the protege of the chairman of the board is up to the challenge, as Theory, the young gun, the young prospect, looking to show why he is Mr. McMahon's protege. But here's another man in this contest, the wild card, I would say, of this matchup, the newest man to Raw from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 201 pounds, Ciampa. Now, Ciampa is the NXT export, the longtime heart and soul of that brand, has made the jump to the main roster, and he's been very impressive since. He's beaten the likes of Robert Roode, Dolph Ziggler, who's also in this contest, as well as going toe-to-toe with Theory. That match did not end cleanly, as it was a disqualification win for Ciampa, as he gets brought into the fray in this one. But Ciampa is the new guy on the block, but he's had plenty of experience, plenty of big-time matches in the past, so you can't really say Ciampa is, inexperienced in this kind of matchup. Ciampa knows what it takes to win big ones, and he's the new guy. He hasn't really interacted a lot with the other competitors, so Ciampa has the cards, you could say, up his sleeve. Nobody really knows what to expect of the Black Heart, but you can go for one thing. Ciampa wants to win a title. If he can win a championship in his first month here on Raw, that would speak volumes to the kind of superstar that Ciampa is. And I think he can get it done tonight. We can see Ciampa walk away United States Champion. But the last superstar in this challenge, from Hollywood, Florida, weighing in at 218 pounds, it is Dolph Ziggler. Now, it's poetic that Ciampa is the one waiting in the ring as Ziggler makes his way to it, because these two superstars have had plenty of issues. Ziggler, the former NXT champion who lost that title just a few weeks ago, not going to get a rematch for it, considering he is now a fullback member of the Raw roster. So instead, Ziggler is getting an opportunity at the United States Championship, and him and Ciampa have been going at it. Doesn't matter if it's been NXT, doesn't matter if it's been Raw. These two superstars don't like each other, and Ciampa has a pinfall victory over Ziggler in recent weeks, but Ziggler, is not going to take that, as he is cost Ciampa that match against Theory. And all 6 superstars, their stories have intersected, and we are ready to go. Not going to really wait for this one. All 6 superstars go at it. It is a 6-pack challenge match for the United States Championship. All it takes is one pinfall, and we will crown a victor. Just like in the last match, Theory doesn't have to be involved in the decision. is whoever gets the pin is champion, as Ciampa actually goes for an early pinfall. But just like in the Tornado Tag match, this one's going to be hectic. I'm going to do my best to call all the action for you, but it's going to be wild. It's going to be fast-paced. These are 6 superstars whose stories have intertwined, and there's only been one way to prove it, as there's a famouser to the champion, Ziggler. Hot start already. Now, we talked about Theory being the pupil of Mr. McMahon. He's been put in favorable opportunities. Not really going to get the favorable one here, though, as he is having to defend his title against 5 guys. So if Theory walks away with the championship, you know, you kind of have to take this man seriously. He is the youngest United States Championship under the WWE banner since the title has been made active, but he just gets planted there from an STO by Ciampa. As you can see, AJ Styles and Dolph Ziggler going at it. Ciampa whipped into the corner by Finn Balor. Him and Theory want a piece of the Blackheart. Welcome to the Raw brand. As Finn Balor and Ciampa, though, have a little bit of history in their time in NXT. They've gone at it a few times, been at opposite ends. As Ciampa gets dropped down by Theory. Now Finn Balor working away once more on him. Damian Priest on the outside. Styles on Ziggler. But this match has kind of come because of 3 independent stories. You know, AJ Styles and Damian Priest don't like each other. Theory has had odds with Finn Balor in the past. And then Ciampa and Dolph Ziggler have been at odds. So 6 superstars who have been brought to this match. We've seen them intersect. You know, Finn Balor beat Priest for the title and was supposed to defend it against Priest, but AJ Styles got involved in that one, as there's some nice squat suplexes by Tommaso Ciampa. And then Ziggler, you know, going at it with Styles. We've seen Ziggler attack Theory as well. So all these superstars, and these are the 6 best that Raw has to offer. Everybody besides Ciampa in this matchup has been United States champion. Theory, the current champion, he's been champion for 27 days now. Styles is a 3-time United States champion, as well as being a former world champion. Damian Priest, the former U.S. champion. Dolph Ziggler, a former 2-time United States champion. And then Finn Balor is a former United States champion. So Tommaso Ciampa, the only one in this matchup who has yet to win that title. But I'd honestly put betting money on Ciampa. I think Ciampa can get it done. I think he can win his first title. He's been very impressive. He's knocked off both members of the Dirty Dogs on Raw. He was looking good against Theory before Dolph Ziggler had to get involved. So I think Ciampa could walk away with the victory, but all 6 of these superstars have proven that they can win this type of match. Ziggler working away on Theory. Meanwhile, Ciampa and Finn Balor have still continued to go on at it. AJ Styles looking to rejoin the fray. Looks like he's going to go after Ciampa. AJ Styles has had plenty of problems with Judgment Day in recent weeks. Edge has not been seen since WrestleMania, but you have to think AJ Styles wants another opportunity at Edge. He wants a fair one-on-one fight. He's taken it to Damian Priest in the meantime, including beating Damian Priest on an episode of Raw. And speaking of which, Styles has gone to the outside. Priest is clearing the table, but AJ Styles slaps him down to the announce table. Those 2 superstars, it's only a matter of time before they go at it. Meanwhile, Theory in the ring got a 2 count on Ziggler. And now Finn Balor trying to sneak a pin as well, but that one will get broken up. Ref, I don't think, was really paying attention in that one. As Priest goes back to Styles, throws him halfway across the ring and celebrates his efforts. But there is still a match going on. You can't focus on your own personal vendettas in this one. Yes, these superstars have somebody else in the match that they really don't like. But if you take your eye off the ball, then, oh, there's a nice super kick by Ziggler. Actually falls into the cover, but Finn Balor's there. But like I was saying, you can't let personal matters get in the way. There is a championship on the line. You can walk out of this match as United States champion. So if there's an opportunity, you have to take it. You can't just go after the superstar you don't like, as Finn Balor propped up on the top rope. Ziggler went for a punch, but gets met with a missile drop kick for his efforts, as Damian Priest knocks Theory to the outside and now goes to work on Dolph Ziggler. Finn Balor back to the top rope. Priest there to meet him, as they've had their battles for the championship in the past. Balor actually beat Priest for that title just a few months ago, and Priest connects with a Falcon Arrow on Finn Balor, now lining him up, but Styles rejoins the fray from behind, is going to plant Damian Priest face down into the mat as him and Theory roll to the outside. Ziggler now plants Styles face first into the canvas, goes actually for the cover, but Finn Balor is there. Plenty of action going on in this one as Ziggler looking to take control on Finn Balor. Actually, him and Ciampa were actually going for a double team move, but I think AJ Styles inadvertently broke that up. We'll have to see if there's any alliances formed in this matchup. You know, there's some of these superstars. I'm looking at Finn Balor and AJ Styles. They have ties to each other. Yes, you could kind of say that AJ Styles was responsible for Finn Balor losing that title, however, because remember, Styles was the one who attacked Priest as there's a sling blade to Ciampa and a drop kick for good measures. So Finn Balor was looking for Damian Priest in that matchup, but if it weren't for AJ Styles attacking him in the back, maybe Balor would have beat Priest again and retained the title. So you have to wonder, does Finn Balor hold that against AJ Styles? Are they still good friends? And while everybody back in the ring besides Theory, he continues to rest up on the outside as Priest now gets Styles back to his feet. They have continued to not let their personal issues aside as there's another Falcon Arrow, this time connecting on AJ Styles. Meanwhile, Balor, Ziggler, and Ciampa continue to go at it. Theory, though, just resting on the outside. Now going to make his way in the ring. That might actually not be a bad idea. You know, I talked about in the Triple Threat Tornado Tag match, you want to be in the ring when the fall is about to happen. But if there are a bunch of other superstars in the ring, you can kind of take a minute on the outside. You can rest. You can collect your breath, because if somebody goes for the pin, somebody else in the ring almost has to break it up. And now it's Priest and Styles, Ziggler and Theory, Ciampa and Balor, as Ziggler drags Theory over to the center of the ring, flips him over, going for the pin, but Styles is there to break it up as Priest rolls to the outside. Styles now neck breaker on Ziggler. Theory, though, up to his feet. The two Georgia natives actually going to go at it now in the center of the ring. Styles has Theory up, drives him into the turnbuckle, and slings him down to the canvas. Styles now for the cover. This is the opening you need. Nobody else in the ring, but only gets a 2 count. As Finn Balor was quick to rejoin, but actually slid back outside once Theory kicked out, and continues to go to work on Ciampa. Ziggler and Tommaso also going at it. Ciampa bounces off of the ring post. Meanwhile, Styles is lining up Theory for a phenomenal forearm. He didn't connect. If Styles would have connected there with a phenomenal forearm, he could have won the championship, as everybody else occupied on the outside. Instead, DDT to Theory drops him to the mat. Styles, though, continuing the offense on the United States champion. He's going to go back to the outside. I think he's thinking phenomenal forearm again. Lines him up, and this time Theory sidesteps. Styles crashes and burns to the canvas. And now Theory, he has Styles up on his shoulders. Going to go to the ropes and hang him up. Styles had 2 opportunities there before the phenomenal forearm. Could not connect on either. As now Ciampa rejoins the ring and Theory takes down Styles. 3 superstars inside the ring, 3 superstars out. But right as I say that, Ciampa will jump to the outside. Looks like he wants to pick a bone with Damian Priest. No, actually going to go over to Dolph Ziggler, as we've talked about those 2 superstars having their personal grudge. Priest and Balor, and Styles and Theory seem like the combinations for now. Styles in the ring drops a DDT high across the head on, actually it was a brainbuster, but Styles actually goes for the pin. I think Ciampa's starting to realize it, but Theory will kick out in the nick of time at 2.5. But Styles, he's gotten close on a couple of occasions. I think he's thinking phenomenal forearm again. Meanwhile, Falcon Arrow to Finn Balor on the outside, but Styles connects with the phenomenal forearm. Nobody in position to break it up. Gets 2 and gets 2.5. Theory got the shoulder up. I thought Styles' 3rd time was going to be the charm. I thought he was going to walk away United States champion. But Theory showing some resiliency here. Kicks out of the phenomenal forearm. Now battling back on Styles. Priest is there. Finn Balor is there. There's a driver into the canvas on Styles, who will roll to the outside. Oh, I thought Styles was the biggest chance I've seen so far in this matchup. As 4 superstars rejoin the ring. Tommaso Ciampa there as well. Finn Balor dives to the outside, but Theory catches him. Good strength by the 24-year-old. Now sets him up and plants Finn Balor on the mat on the outside. Theory very happy with his work. And meanwhile, it's only Priest and Ziggler inside the ring. If one of those 2 superstars could take advantage, they could walk away with the title. Nice standing shooting star press by Theory, showing a lot of athleticism in the past few moments. Meanwhile, Ziggler lining up Priest for that super kick. Priest is back to his feet. Ziggler connects with a super kick. He could win the title right here. 1, 2, and no, Priest kicks out at 2. A super kick from Ziggler. Now he's thinking a second one. Priest back to his feet. Ziggler going for it again. Connects a second time on Priest. Falls for the cover. 1, 2, but Finn is there to break it up. Ziggler moments away, then meets a super kick on Finn Balor. A super kick party from Ziggler, gets 2, but Finn Balor gets the shoulder up. Oh my gosh, Dolph Ziggler. Oh, he was close. I thought he was going to be champion there. Is this one a zigzag now to Balor? Ziggler is rolling. Styles occupied with Priest. Ziggler, though, going to go for the pin. Styles has realized there is a pinning going on. He's going to break it up. But Dolph Ziggler, wow, was he close to winning the United States Championship. Now Styles plants Ziggler. Ziggler's going to roll to the outside. But Styles, I think he's thinking phenomenal forearm for just a second. Instead, re-enters the fray. Finn Balor from behind. I'll drop Styles to the mat. You can forget about an alliance between those two ever forming. And now Balor plants Ziggler. Tommaso Ciampa, though, coming into the ring. Ziggler will counter on Finn Balor. And now Ciampa and Ziggler are about to go at it. Ciampa actually thinking fairy tale ending. If he can hit this, he does. This would be a big time move, but Finn Balor is there to break up the cover. So Ziggler took his eye off the prize for just a second, pose for the crowd. And Tommaso Ciampa connected with a fairy tale ending, but it was not the ending to this match, as this one will continue. Plenty of big-time action coming up in recent minutes, as all superstars hitting their best shot, but nobody able to walk away with the cover just yet, as there's a Pele kick to the face of Ciampa. Finn Balor now starting to gain momentum. Ziggler just collecting himself in the corner, letting them two fight, as there's a brain buster down on Tommaso Ciampa. Meanwhile, Balor going for the pin. I think Ziggler's celebrating a little too long. We have a pin here, but Priest is actually there to break it up, and then connects with a big boot to the side of Balor's face. What a boot that was by the tall man out of New York City. Now Theory spins Tommaso Ciampa down, but Priest is throwing all kinds of kicks, not letting that cover connect, as this match has been frantic. Meanwhile, Ziggler actually goes for another pin on Balor, but Balor will kick out. Couldn't quite get the match up there. All 6 superstars back in the ring, as I'm having a hard time containing my breath, as there's a reckoning on Theory. There's just action left and right. Priest into the pin, but there is a foot underneath the rope from Theory. Rope breaks are a thing in this kind of matchup. This is not a no DQ match. This is a rope break. Do apply, as Finn Balor now drops the champion across his head. As now Balor is actually looking for a pin there, but Ciampa actually realizes it. Can't actually get there, though, but Ziggler will. So Finn Balor almost squeaked away with the victory. Plenty of action. Nobody able to get the pin yet. You just need to be in the right place at the right time if you want to be victorious. Styles sends Ciampa face first into the turnbuckle. We're going to drop him there. Meanwhile, Balor is down. Theory actually just rolled to the outside, as there's a leg across the back of the neck for Ciampa. And now Finn Balor will roll to the outside. Northern Lights suplex from Ziggler connects. Meanwhile, Styles, what does he have in mind? He has a brain buster on the Black Heart. And now he's actually going to go for the cover, but Ziggler is there to break it up, so hasn't done enough just yet. Styles now will beat Ziggler up against the ropes. Ziggler, though, slides out the back and connects with an inverted DDT on the phenomenal one. Meanwhile, Ciampa looking for the fairy tale ending. He gets it on Priest. The fairy tale ending goes for the cover, gets one, but Ziggler there to break it up. Ziggler's been all over the place in this matchup. He's looked very impressive in this contest. Meanwhile, Ciampa and Styles looking to go after Ziggler, as Ciampa lefts and rights. They have plenty of bad blood. Styles went for some sort of forearm that was ill-advised. He did not connect. Priest back to his feet as well. He's going to target Ciampa, while Styles has Ziggler and mashes him into the corner, spins him down to the canvas. Ciampa rolls outside the ring. Styles will deposit of Priest. Actually try to get Priest on the apron, trying to toss him outside the ring, because I think Styles is thinking phenomenal forearm. He does. A phenomenal forearm to Ziggler. Good opportunity by Styles. Tried to create some space, but could not get it done. Styles had the right idea there. Tried to throw Priest outside the ring and tried to target Ziggler, but couldn't quite, as Theory was able to break up the cover. So all superstars have come relatively close. We've had some close moments, but nobody able to come away just yet. Is now Theory with a suplex attempt to Ciampa. Styles and Priest, Ziggler and Balor. Is this one starting to get late? Theory shot into the back of Ciampa, actually looking for a pin on Ciampa. Ziggler there to break it up, though. Meanwhile, Styles throws Priest to the outside. Balor is down, and Theory connects on Ziggler. This could be the opening he needs. Everybody else is outside the ring. Gets one, gets two, and Theory gets the win, steals the victory in this contest. Came in the back door, took advantage, and walked away your victor. Theory beats 5 men, uses the brain, and comes away victorious. Big time win. He might get favorable advantages sometime, but you can't discredit him here. Big win for Theory. Still your U.S. champion. Well, there's been plenty of action here tonight, and we're only halfway through. We still have 4 more matches to get to, including the next one. We're going to find out who is going to walk out of Backlash with the Intercontinental Championship, as this one, a one-on-one contest from the SmackDown side of things, as these are 2 superstars that have not been on the same page recently. Happy Corbin makes his way to the ring first, and he's made it his mission since WrestleMania 38 to just attack Ricochet whenever he can. Don't let the looks fool you. Happy Corbin seems happy. He seems like he's just a jolly guy to be around. But in reality, he is just literally the exact opposite. Ever since hitting it big last August in Las Vegas and winning the lottery, he has just been a huge egotistical maniac. Happy Corbin suffered his first defeat since August at WrestleMania at the hands of Drew McIntyre, and he is taking out all of his pin-up anger, it seems like, on Ricochet. Anytime he sees Ricochet or anytime Ricochet has a match, Happy Corbin just has to get himself involved. He has to just beat down Ricochet. So eventually Ricochet has said, enough is enough. I want you one-on-one, and I will put my Intercontinental Championship on the line. And that's exactly what Ricochet will do tonight. That's how we've gotten to this point. He is a fighting champion. He is the one and only. He is flawless from the ropes. And more importantly, he is your current Intercontinental Champion, Ricochet, as he makes his way to the ring. And he's been a fighting champion. Ricochet won that title 65 days ago when he beat Sami Zayn on SmackDown for it. And he's beaten Sami Zayn in a rematch. He actually also beat Madcap Moss a couple weeks ago on SmackDown as Happy Corbin. That's when he finally stuck his nose in Ricochet's business. You have to think maybe there's a little bit of jealousy there from Happy Corbin. You know, Madcap Moss did get the big Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal win. Happy Corbin was unsuccessful at WrestleMania, so not saying there is, but you know, if you know Corbin from the past, you know he doesn't forget a lot of things, and he wants to be the forefront of everything. So I would not be surprised that's on Corbin's mind. But we're back in the ring. Both superstars getting ready for your Intercontinental Championship clash, as that is the belts we will fight for up next. A one-on-one encounter. Give me a time a little bit to catch my breath, but let's do some formal introductions. First, from Kansas City, weighing in at 285 pounds, Happy Corbin. And his opponent from Paducah, Kentucky, weighing in at 188 pounds, he is the Intercontinental Champion, Ricochet. So the belt being turned over to the official. Another championship clash, the 5th one here tonight. Told you this is going to be a stacked show, and hopefully it is not disappointing. We saw plenty of matches to get to, but the Intercontinental Championship is on the line. Ricochet defends the gold against Happy Corbin one-on-one, and we are ready to go. The bell has sounded, and this match is officially underway. Happy Corbin starting off quickly with a couple of strikes, but Ricochet going to meet him as well. Now, one thing you'll notice right off the rip is the size advantage that Happy Corbin has. Corbin is way bigger than Ricochet in this contest. So you have to think Happy Corbin will lean on that. But Ricochet, by far the faster competitor. Happy Corbin might rely on his power game, but if Ricochet can rely on that speed, rely off that flawlessness from the top rope, which he's already there, I think maybe just teasing Corbin a little bit. And now we're going to meet him with a net breaker there. But two different clash of styles in this matchup. We'll have to see who emerges victorious. Happy Corbin also does have Madcap Moss in his corner, so you'll have to think maybe that'll play a little bit of a factor as Ricochet from the top rope hits a Hurricane Rana. That's the first high-flying move we've seen, and just like that goes for a moonsault off the top rope. But Corbin scouts Ricochet, moves out the way. You know, Corbin's is going to expect the high-flying offense in this one. Now Corbin trying to slow down the match, work away on Ricochet. Ricochet's been champion, like I said, for 65 days. Been very impressive since winning the title, while Happy Corbin was impressive up until WrestleMania, but Corbin has the credentials. He is a former United States champion in his own right. Ricochet goes for the cover, gets a 1 count before Happy Corbin kicks out. So Corbin would like to add the Intercontinental Championship to his collection, as Ricochet, very impressed with his work so far, is going to meet Corbin as he stands up. This is some impressive power, bending Corbin around his back. Corbin is the much bigger man, like we said, but you can't deny that Ricochet has some power. All you got to do is look at the physique. Ricochet is in great shape, as he did miss that moonsault off of the top rope, and Corbin will take him for his measures. And now Corbin's saying, this is the man you guys cheer for, just putting down the size of Ricochet, and just meets him with the right hand as he gets up now into the cover. This to crown a new Intercontinental Champion, gets a 1, but Ricochet kicks out. Now the happy folks have been, they like to say they are happy, is looking to rebound after WrestleMania. They've been through a lot, but Corbin says there are no issues between him and Madcap Moss, despite what I talked about in the entries with the pre-match. Corbin says him and Madcap Moss still on the same page, still buddies, despite Corbin getting the match here tonight and not Madcap Moss. But that's a question for another day, as Corbin looking to take advantage of his opportunity here tonight and win the Intercontinental Championship. This has been a long time, though, coming for Corbin. Back last fall, Corbin actually did win a match to become the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. A match never came to fruition up until now. Corbin finally gets his opportunity to cash in on that match that he won against Ricochet, and he's looking pretty good so far. But Ricochet is going to counter with a DDT, and maybe that's the space that Ricochet needs. He doesn't need a lot in order to get going. Gets Corbin, backs to his feet, kicks to the midsection, another DDT drops Corbin now, and just like that, Ricochet is going to go to the top rope and connect with a 450 splash into the cover. This to retain the championship, gets 2. But Corbin kicks out. Ricochet doesn't need a lot of space. All he needs is one small opening, and he is going to create the offense. Just like this, back up to the top rope. Corbin, though, back to his feet quickly. Maybe played a little bit of possum, but throws Ricochet off. I think he sensed that Ricochet was perched and waiting for him to get back to his feet, and now hits the choke slam backbreaker on Ricochet. Cover, this to crown a new champion, gets 2, and Ricochet kicks out at 2.5. So, like I was saying, Corbin might have been expecting the offense. Definitely did his homework. You can tell in this matchup. But now, hold up. End of Days connects on Ricochet. That's the end of Days. Corbin to win the Intercontinental Championship, gets 2, but Ricochet kicks out at 2 3/4. That is as close as it gets. But Corbin, though, wisely staying in on the offense, knows that Ricochet is in a lot of trouble. Not going to give him the opportunity to recollect himself. Now going to work away on the arms, though, but Ricochet back to his feet. Corbin meets him, gets him up on his shoulders, and hangs him high up across the ropes. We talked about the height of Corbin. That's a long way to come down for Ricochet on those ropes. But Ricochet trying to get back in this one. It's been all Corbin the last couple of minutes. Now, Ricochet doing a little bit of groundwork, has realized that can't rely only on the high-flying offense to this. So this is smart by Ricochet. Mix up your repertoire a little bit. Do a little bit of ground-based offense. You know, working away on the limbs, the arms, the shoulders, the back. You know, spacing out your offense. Now you can go to the top rope. You've worn down Corbin a little bit. And Ricochet's thinking that's 630, but Corbin did get the knees up. Nice Counter there by Corbin. Now looking for a second end of days, and it connects. The second end of days on Ricochet. Surely Corbin is going to win, but no, Ricochet kicks out the heart of the champion. A second end of days. Nobody had kicked out of the end of days up until WrestleMania, so maybe Corbin's starting to doubt himself a little bit. You know, once somebody kicks out of one of your moves, you start to think, can it actually get it done? The end of days connected twice, hasn't gotten it done for Corbin, has not netted him the Intercontinental Championship. And now Ricochet back on the offense, going back to that ground base, elbow to the top of the head. Now once more, wearing down Corbin, another elbow strike, that time to the temple. Just keeping the big man down, kick to the spine. Now Ricochet thinks he's done enough. Going to go for a springboard 450, it connects. And now Ricochet to the top rope, is he thinking it? Ricochet, the 630 connects this time on Corbin into the cover. 1, 2, and Ricochet is still your Intercontinental Champion in a very hard-fought contest. Corbin gave it his all. I really thought he was going to come away with it. If it wasn't for the first end of days, surely I thought the second one was going to get it done. But Ricochet, he adapted. Realized the high-flying offense wasn't working to its fullest potential, went to the ground, then set him up for that 630. That is what a champion is made of. Ricochet continues his run as Intercontinental Champion tonight. Big win for the one and only. Well, next up, we have the only non-championship match here tonight, but it's arguably the biggest grudge match of them all. And this one is not your standard wrestling match. You don't need to win once. You have to win twice. A 2 out of 3 falls match. And making his way to the ring first from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, Seth freaking Rollins. The Drip God himself. Look at the outfit that is on display tonight. Seth Rollins, not one to not be flamboyant, to say the least. He is a very eccentric character. He is the visionary. He is the revolutionary. You have to embrace the vision. But what a lot of people have called Seth Rollins in recent weeks is paranoid. Seth Rollins has done nothing but think about Cody Rhodes since WrestleMania. And Seth Rollins cannot let that go. Has challenged Cody here tonight. Has said that he cannot beat him not once but twice in a standard match. And we'll have to see if he can back it up. 2 out of 3 falls will get it done here tonight. As Seth Rollins, waits in the ring. And here he comes from Atlanta, Georgia. Weighing in at 220 pounds, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare himself. What a return, what a month it's been for Cody Rhodes since returning at WrestleMania, the surprise opponent for Seth Rollins, and he has been as white hot as they come. Seth Rollins has not let it go, though, and that's what's gotten us to this point. 2 out of 3 falls. This is your traditional. This goes back a long way, probably to Cody Rhodes' father, even Dusty Rhodes, who Cody Rhodes has even said is the reason why he's come back to the WWE is to win the world title. But his father, Dusty Rhodes, has been in 2 out of 3 falls himself. So Cody Rhodes going to have to do it not once but twice here tonight. And Seth Rollins claims that Cody Rhodes cannot beat him twice when he knows who his opponent is now. Because keep in mind, that is a very big advantage. When you don't know your opponent ahead of time, you're at a crazy disadvantage. We'll get back to that point in a minute. Both superstars already here in the ring. Seth freaking Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. 2 out of 3 falls. No title on the line. Just who is the better man, as you have to win twice here. Once one fall or one submission does take place, we will have both superstars will be allowed to get back to their feet before the match continues. So it's not like you can just get 2 in a rapid succession. Well, this is going to be one that tests your stamina. This is going to test your endurance, and we know how good a shape Seth Rollins is in, and Cody Rhodes is in good shape of his own, as here's the first cover, as Seth only gets a 1 before Cody kicks out. But you have to win 2 falls. Now, a fall can be a pinfall. A fall can be a submission. It could be a count out. It could be a disqualification. It's like your normal wrestling singles match. You just have to win twice. Seth Rollins now looking good in the early going. This goes back to the point that I was just making. You know, when you know your opponent ahead of time, that is a huge advantage that you don't think of. Seth freaking Rollins didn't know that Cody Rhodes is going to be his opponent at WrestleMania. Now we know that Seth was very, very desperate to get on the WrestleMania show. As although we have another cover, but Seth does kick out at 1. Seth was very desperate to get on WrestleMania, so he did accept the challenge. And it ended up being the American Nightmare making his return to WWE for the first time in 8 years. As now Cody continues to fight back, or Seth continues to fight back on Cody, now backs him up into the corner. As these are the two of the best that the world has to offer going at it here tonight. Seth Rollins drops Cody Rhodes and doesn't hold on to the pin yet. I think Seth realizes that you got to do a little bit more offense. As now strikes away on Cody, rights and lefts, backs him again into the corner as Seth Rollins doing a good job of not letting Cody get out. And this time Seth Rollins had the opportunity to prepare. So you know the visionary, the former architect, you have to say, definitely did his homework on this matchup. And Seth freaking Rollins, ever since that loss, has just thought about Cody. He knows in his mind that he is the better man. He's made Cody fight a surprise opponent of his own. He's come out, interrupted Cody plenty of times, just doesn't want to give the spotlight to Cody Rhodes, saying that Cody Rhodes stole his spotlight at WrestleMania. And that's what's led us to this point. But there's no excuses here tonight. You have to win 2 falls in order to get it done. As there's a Cody Rhodes now taking advantage right into the corner of Seth Rollins. This is Cody Rhodes unloading on the visionary, backs him up into the corner, connects with a clothesline. Rollins back to his feet though. Cody knocks him down again. Cody catches the boot and spins him down. Cody Rhodes fired up here, trying to get some offense in. But Cody Rhodes, to say it lightly, did not have the run that many would have expected in his first time in WWE, but we got a pinfall that gets him one here. He did win the Intercontinental Championship twice. He is a former 2-time Intercontinental Champion, but Cody Rhodes never won the big one, and he's saying that's what he is going to do this time. He is a changed man, very well seasoned. He's traveled the world since leaving WWE, and he is determined to win the title that his dad, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, cannot. Meanwhile, Seth Rollins, very, very accomplished, former 2-time world champion, the 2019 Royal Rumble winner, former Money in the Bank, United States Intercontinental multi-time tag team champion. There's nothing that Rollins hasn't done, as Cody Rhodes, though, connects with a muscle buster out of the corner on Seth Rollins. Plenty of new offense into the fray of the American Nightmare. But Seth Rollins has done it all. He is arguably the best in the world at pro wrestling, as Cody Rhodes now looking to prove that he belongs. Seth Rollins says Cody Rhodes does not belong here. There's a reason why Cody Rhodes couldn't get it done the first time, but there's a DDT into the apron. Oh, that is right across the top of Seth Rollins' head. Cody Rhodes getting rolling here, as now the ref has started his count. Remember, a count out does net you a fall, as Cody Rhodes looking very good here. Going to get Seth back to his feet. Double right hands. There's a chop, but Seth Rollins will counter. As both superstars go out on the outside, Seth will throw Cody back into the ring. Going to take his time. Going to catch his breath. Breath up to a count of 3, so no danger really for Rollins, as he will get back in the ring, but Cody is there to meet him. A right hand right into the corner. Now more rights by the American Nightmare, and another uppercut into the corner. Backs Seth Rollins up. Shot to the back. Now throws Seth Rollins right over the outside, and the crowd in Cody's corner. Cody is more than happy to let Seth Rollins collect himself on his feet. Cody Rhodes is a very respectful man. He represents the rules, but that might have cost him. There's a super kick right on the jaw. That drops Cody, but Rhodes back to his feet. Those superstars again on the outside. Seth Rollins throws Rhodes into the barricade now, as he plants him face first on to the outside. Rhodes back to his feet. Both superstars pretty evenly contested in this matchup, as Rollins not very happy that he got the worst of that exchange on the outside. Ref up to a count of 5, so Rollins still has plenty of time to get back in the ring. Rhodes is going to let him rejoin, but once again be there to meet him with another right hand. Seth Rollins taking his time getting back in the ring in this one, and that's kind of Been an opening for Cody Rhodes a couple of times. There's a Falcon Arrow on Seth Rollins. We've seen Seth hit that move quite a little bit, so maybe some mind games being played here by Cody, who hits a Fisherman Suplex high across the shoulder blades of the Visionary. And now Cody Rhodes looking or just cranks back on that left arm of Seth Rollins. Nobody's got a fall yet in this one, though. Still tied up at 0 as now Rhodes looks for an armbar attempt on Seth. Seth not letting him extend that joint as Seth will fight out of it. A couple of right hands right to the face. That'll get you out of any submission attempt. Rhodes and Seth back up to the center of the ring. Seth on the shoulders. Rhodes is going to hang him up across the top rope. Now goes for the pin. This to get the first fall of the night. Gets one. But Seth kicks out. Cody maybe starting to get a little bit of discerning a little bit. Hasn't been able to get a fall yet. Only able to get a 1 count on Seth. Now going to hit a Fisher. We had him with a double underhook. Knees into the gut. Thought he was going for a double underhook suplex there, but instead drops him across the knees. But Seth Rollins quickly back on the offense. He's going, well, Cody Rhodes actually going to fight out of it. Seth Rollins, though, blocks the right hand. These two superstars know each other after their first encounter. You both know that they've done their homework on each other to prepare for this contest. But this is a different contest to prepare for. You can't just prepare for one fall. You got to think, how can I get 2? As there's the Seth Rollins Falcon Arrow. Now Seth lining up Cody. What does Seth Rollins have in mind? Cody Rhodes back to his feet. Drops down to a knee, though. And Cody's saying, bring it. And Seth went for a Shining Wizard. Missed, but connected with a shot to the back of the neck. Now into the cover. Is this enough to put Cody Rhodes down? Gets 2, but Cody Rhodes does kick out at 2. No superstar yet to get that first fall. What will it take to get the advantage? That first fall is very important. Well, this might help. Seth Rollins going for a curb stomp, and he connects. The stomp to Cody puts him down. This to get the first fall in the contest. Gets 1, gets 2, but Cody gets the left shoulder up. That was one of Seth's best shots to Cody, and he couldn't get it done. Like I said, you have to prepare for 2 falls. I think Seth was hoping that he could get the first one with a stomp. Couldn't get it done. Now missed out on the Phoenix Splash. Cody Rhodes back to his feet. Seth Rollins kicked to the midsection looking for some separation, but Cody has Seth maybe looking for that vertebreaker. Has him up, and it connects with the vertebreaker on Seth Rollins on the shoulder blades on the back of the neck. Now Cody lining up Seth, maybe thinking crossroads here. Rollins to his feet. Cody from behind connects with the crossroads. Rollins is down. Rhodes into the cover. Gets 1. Gets 2. And Seth kicks out at 2.5. Still 0-0 in this contest. Well, both superstars have hit the other one with their best shot, but nobody able to keep the other one down. Cody now thinking that arm bar again. Right arm of Seth. And Seth fighting, not letting him extend that joint again. Cody Rhodes will give up on the arm bar attempt. And get Seth back to his feet. Right hand, more rights. Backing Seth up. Cody looking to get some momentum. Now has him up. Thinking Alabama slam. No, going to swing him over. And there's a knee to the back of the neck. Hit him with the vertebreaker once. Continue to work away on that spot. Trying to get the first pin. And Cody gets a 2 count again. Man, we got to go through 3 potential falls of this matchup. This one is shaping up to be a classic. Seth Rollins back to his feet. Trying to work away on the American Nightmare. Backs him up. Trying to create some separation. Cody's had plenty of offense recently. Seth's got to get back in this one. He puts Cody on the apron. A couple of right hands that knocks Cody off of the apron. Seth, what does he have in mind here? Cody stunned on the outside. Seth will go out there. He chops him, kicks him, another kick, backs him up. There's the steps right there. Now Seth, though, Falcon Arrow this time to the outside. Seth Rollins looking for a little bit more offense as he is starting to gain some momentum. Right hands to the American Nightmare on the outside as both superstars now up to the ref to a count of 4. And Seth throws Cody against the steel steps. There's no forgive there as Cody bounces off of him. Rough up to a count of 5. Seth will get back in the ring. And Cody is there. Seth just going to take this couple of seconds to regain himself. Cody, though, back in the ring. Maybe taking a little bit too long. Cody connects with a spine buster. Goes for the pin. High stack. Gets 1. Gets 2. But Seth kicks out at 2. Cody, though, back to his feet. Has the momentum. Gets Seth back up. What's he thinking here? Thinking a suplex. Delayed. Seth, though, out the back. Escapes. And connects with a German suplex of his own. Both superstars pretty evenly matched here. Still at 0 falls. Nobody has got the advantage, but Cody Rhodes says, I got you. Double axe handle across the face. Cody gets Seth back to his feet. Kicked in the midsection. Think he's going for another vertebreaker. Has Seth up. And drops him with a second vertebreaker. Is that enough? Cody Rhodes wants Seth back to his feet. Gonna look for Crossroads again. Setting him up for the second time. Crossroads in the center of the ring, and it does connect. Crossroads by Cody is the second time enough. Goes for the pin, gets 1, it gets 2, and Cody has the first fall. He pins Seth Rollins in the center of the ring. Cody goes up 1-0, and that is a pretty huge fall for Cody. You take the advantage. You have that fall in your back pocket. But here comes fall 2. Both superstars back and ready to go. But now Seth has to win 2 in a row. And keep in mind, Seth has never pinned Cody Rhodes. So you know that's sitting in the back of Seth Rollins' mind. I've never beat this guy, and now I have to beat him twice in a row. While Cody Rhodes has the advantage, and now he can kind of play it smart. You don't want to give up a fall, as here's a big frog splash now by Seth down on Cody. And now Seth quickly trying to tie it up at 1 apiece. Gets 1, gets 2, but Cody kicks out at 2. I was trying to say Cody has the fall advantage, so you maybe can kind of sit back on that, not put yourself in any big risky spots, knowing that you're up a fall. But now Seth Rollins on the other side knows that he's desperate. He's trying to get that fall back as quickly as he can, as he's laid an onslaught here on Cody Rhodes since the start of fall number 2. And now going to rear back on the neck of Cody. Looking to wear down the American Nightmare. Cody does escape out the back. 1-0 lead for Rhodes. Shot to the gut now. Rhodes looking to take back advantage. Whips Seth Rollins into the far turnbuckle. Rhodes going to go up to the second rope. Looking to rain down some punches as the crowd counts on. But Seth only allows him to get 1. He's going to fight out of it. And back on the attack. Right hand rocks Cody Rhodes. He's down. Seth going to hit the ropes again. Drop the knee. Yes, he does, across the forehead of Cody. So Seth Rollins, you can tell this is a man now who's a little bit desperate. I know I've used that word quite a few times recently, but going to go for another knee drop this time. Went to the well a little too much. Cody moves out the way. There's a right hand. Rights. Seth, though, counters. Looks to hold the advantage here. Can't let Cody get back in this contest. Was thinking a DDT there. Cody fights out of it. Now Cody gets Seth up again. Going to look for that knee to the back of the spine. He connects. Another knee to the back of Seth's spine. He's already been hit with 2 vertebreakers in this contest. And now Cody has Seth on his shoulders. Going to go to the turnbuckle. But Seth going to fight out of it. Couple of right elbows to the temple. Cody now has Cody from behind, plants him down. And Seth has to start thinking. Remember, 1 stomp has not done it. Cody did need 2 crossroads to get the first fall on Seth. And maybe if he connects with another stomp, Seth is able to get that fall. But Cody not going to let him. Fisherman brainbuster now on Seth Rollins. Cody back in control, raining a couple of elbows down, and is firmly in the grasp of this match. Seth, though, not going to allow Cody to get too much momentum. Looking to stay in this fight. Has to win 2 falls in a row. And you can also, remember, countouts, submissions, DQs, they count as falls. So maybe Seth Rollins, a little earlier in this contest, was, trying to get back in the ring. You might think maybe if you can keep him down on the outside, you'd be able to get something. But I think Seth Rollins lining up Cody here. Cody back down to a knee. What does Seth Rollins have in mind? Goes for that kick from behind again. Has not been able to connect with that Shining Wizard, though. Rolls Cody over this to even the match. Gets 1, gets 2, and Cody kicks out at 2.5. Seth Very close to that first fall, but Cody holds the advantage. Seth now Cody back to his feet, excuse me. Seth, quick snap suplex, puts him right back down. And a standing moonsault. And Cody is on the canvas. Seth holding control. And he's going to line him up, hits him with a stomp. Seth with a stomp on Cody. Looking for that first fall. Ref in position. Gets one, gets two. And no, Cody kicks out of a second stomp. Seth can't believe it. 2 stomps. And Cody has not been able to be pinned not once. Seth Rollins, now, if you thought he was desperate earlier, he's definitely desperate now. A swinging net breaker by Cody. Drops Rollins. Gets him back to his feet. Right hand drops Seth right back down. What a right. Puts Seth in the ropes. Cody back in control. Goes for the kick. Maybe thought of another vertebreaker. Seth, though, had it scouted. The superstars back to their feet. Seth has Rollins on the ropes. Gonna spin him from behind. Just a couple of elbow strikes to the back of the spine of Seth Rollins and a backstabber for good measure. Rhodes showing the wide arsenal of offense he has in this one. Now double underhooks again. Another knees to the midsection. And Cody has the advantage. Seth Rollins, no matter what he throws at him, cannot keep Cody down for 3. More elbow drops. Cody up 1-0 in this contest. He can dictate the pace. He can dictate the offense. Doesn't have to go for any big moves here, and you can tell Cody's playing it safe. Elbow drops, strikes, knees, more elbows. I mean, Cody's not going for anything at high risk, and he doesn't have to. He has the advantage in this contest. I can't stress important how much that is. But Seth, though, does counter as a hip toss. As Cody now in the ropes. What does Seth have in mind? More strikes. Kick to the gut. A couple of kicks to the face now, and that's going to rock Cody Rhodes. As Seth works away on the American Nightmare, trying to figure out what is going to net him that first fall. Maybe a submission is what it has in mind. Cranking him on the neck of Cody. A tap out not only gets you the fall, but you can say you tapped out Cody Rhodes. And Cody not looking like he's going to tap here, and Seth changes his mind. It's going to drag Cody over. Now maybe looking for another pin. No, he's going to line up Cody. This is going for it. Yes, he gets a stomp. The third stomp on Cody into the cover. Seth to tie it up. Gets 1, gets 2. And Seth finally gets a fall over Cody. We're tied up at 1 apiece in this contest. Seth Rollins finally able to put Cody down for 3. And this one's tied up at 1. The next fall will decide it. Both superstars back to their feet, and we're ready for fall number 3, but Cody quickly is there to meet Seth. The next fall will win the match. Who is it gonna be? As Cody Rhodes looking to start off hot. He's a little upset he got beat. Disposes Seth to the outside. Can't win it out there. But Cody lining up Seth. What does he have in mind? Is he thinking crossroads on the outside? Cody from behind. He's going for it. Crossroads on the outside on Seth. Plants him down. That's got to be it. All you got to do is get him in the ring. But Cody, what is he? He's not going to get him in the ring. He's actually going to the announce table here. Cody showing a little bit of frustration, a little bit of rage here on Seth. Not looking for the victory. Trying to hurt Seth Rollins. Going to drive him over to the announce table. Lines him up. Cody bounced right off. And now slams him again into the announce table. Cody, Seth Rollins up, has him on top of the announce table. This isn't good for either superstar, and both superstars go through the announce table. The announce table explodes. Seth Rollins is down and out. But on the flip side, Cody Rhodes is down and out as well. The ref up to 9, and the ref gets 10, a double count out. We don't have a winner in this contest. What does that mean? Well, 2 superstars who just left it all on the line. Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. 2 out of 3 falls was not enough. We still weren't able to collect a winner. I'm sorry, folks, we were not able to get a winner in that contest. But Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins left it all on the line in that match. You cannot take anything away from them. But now it's time for the next match of the evening. And this one is another bad blood rivalry. 2 women who don't like each other. As Ronda Rousey quickly makes her way to the ring. This one's not 2 out of 3 falls. This one's not even pinfalls. This is a submissions match. for the SmackDown Women's Championship, the top prize in the women's division on the blue brand. Ronda Rousey quickly made her way to the ring as she's ready for this woman, the queen of SmackDown, Charlotte Flair. She makes her way to the ring. She likes to call herself the Opportunity these days, as she likes to say, you have to beat me in order to win the title, as her daddy used to say. In order to be the man, you got to beat the man. Well, in this case, to be the woman, you got to beat the woman. Charlotte Flair, champion once again, has been dominant since coming in on the WWE. Was able to beat Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania, something that not many women can say. Now, obviously, there was a little controversy. There is an asterisk around that match, as you could say Charlotte Flair did indeed tap out. She'll tell you she is still not tapped out to Ronda, but we saw it in the footage of WrestleMania. There just wasn't a ref present, and Charlotte at the end of the day able to land a big boot and walk away your winner. But tonight, there's no excuses. There's not even any pinfalls. One of these two ladies is going to tap out, and the other one is going to be crowned SmackDown Women's Champion, as the two best that SmackDown has the offer are going to go at it in just a few moments' time. The crowd letting Charlotte Flair hear it as we get ready for introductions. It is for this title, the SmackDown Women's Championship is on the line. Well, let's head it down to the ring for your championship intros. Now, this is a submission match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. The first woman, the challenger from Santa Monica, California, Ronda Rousey. And her opponent from the Queen City. She is the SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair. So this is your co-main event of the evening. Your main event on the SmackDown side. The SmackDown Women's Championship is on the line. That is what it's all about. Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey about to go at it in a submissions match. And it is for that title. You have to make your opponent submit. Is it going to be figure eight? Is it going to be armbar? We're about to find out. This one is underway. Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey is a go. Ronda Rousey quickly backs Charlotte into the corner. She's been waiting since WrestleMania for this opportunity. As she said, Charlotte has been avoiding her. Ronda Rousey picked up a win a couple weeks ago on SmackDown. Called out Charlotte for this matchup. Charlotte has not been in the same building as Ronda Rousey since WrestleMania. Whenever Ronda's on SmackDown, Charlotte is conveniently not there. And whenever Ronda has the week off, Charlotte is conveniently there. So maybe you can say it's just a convenience. I think there's more to it. Charlotte will tell you otherwise. But these two women finally in the same building, finally in the same ring again. And there's a vertical suplex by Charlotte on Ronda Rousey. Now, you can say what you want about Charlotte Flair, but she is the SmackDown Women's Champion. You could say the best women's superstar of all time, a multi-time women's champion, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, you name it, women's tag team. She's held every single title, the last ever Divas champion as well. And she's been SmackDown Women's Champion for 198 days. But she has, you could say, her biggest challenge to date here tonight, Ronda Rousey, who is a former Raw Women's Champion in her own right. And she held that title for over 200 days. These two women, two of the first three women to ever main event WrestleMania. So plenty of history behind these two, as they have had their battles in the past, but none quite like this, where you have to make the other one tap out. And Ronda Rousey already working away on those arms of Charlotte Flair. You know she's going to be looking for the armbar in this contest. Right now, though, this is a triangle choke. No, not an armbar just yet, but looking to get Charlotte to tap out. Now, if you fade, if you go out, that is also a victory for the opponent. So you got to, you can make her tap out or you can make her pass out, you could say. As a pass out is also a submission in combat sports. So it'll count here tonight. The Charlotte Flair now back in control, working away on the boot of Ronda Rousey on that left leg. As you know, Charlotte, she's going to set up for that figure 8. Plenty of arm moves, I would say, by Ronda, while Charlotte's going to focus on those legs. This is a nice vertical suplex again. Charlotte, very pound for pound, one of the strongest women on the SmackDown roster. As these two women, we've talked about the bad blood between them, going all the way back to Survivor Series of 2018, where they had their very first one-on-one encounter. Fortunately, Ronda was able to win by way of DQ, as Charlotte on that night beat Ronda Rousey to a pulp with a kendo stick. And both superstars have not forgot about that. Ronda Rousey definitely has not. You saw the kendo stick come to play a little bit before WrestleMania in that contract signing, as these two women have done battle in the past, whether it be the backstage, a kendo stick, it doesn't matter. They will beat each other to a pulp, and now have the opportunity to gain the ultimate humiliation tonight with a tap out, as Ronda Rousey plants Charlotte Flair to the canvas. And now Ronda has a hold of that arm. Gonna stomp away. Another kick to the face. Is she thinking she's gonna tie it up here? Not looking armbar yet, but going to stretch it out. This is all part of the offense to set up for that armbar attempt. You gotta weaken the joints before you can manipulate them. As Ronda now has Charlotte back to her feet. Charlotte, though, kicks out of it. And back Ronda up. There's a right hand that drops the challenger. Ronda back to the mat she goes. Charlotte now. The old Flair walk is very confident in this matchup. She's always filled with confidence, and she thinks she is the best in the world, and she does have the hardware to prove it. Charlotte gets Ronda back to her feet now. A couple more Flair chops, and maybe thinking another suplex. Yes, Charlotte Flair with another suplex attempt to Ronda Rousey that connects. And Rousey, though, slips Charlotte off of her feet. The crowd watches on in enjoyment here as Ronda throws Charlotte Flair over. And now going to set up the arm again. Not quite the standard arm bar, but this is pulling away at that shoulder, at that elbow of the champion. Charlotte Flair, though, wisely gets out of it in a hurry. And now stops away on Rousey, but Rousey will shrug her off. Charlotte had a hold of those legs for a second, but Rousey wisely pushed off. Not going to allow Charlotte to attack her legs a lot in this matchup. It's just right hands to the body. Those are going to wear you down. Hard shots to the kidney, to the liver. And now a back suplex high across the shoulder blades of Charlotte. Those arms is where Rousey is focusing her offense. This, though, more shots to the face. This is just I don't like you punches right to the face. No wear down with those. There's an elbow drop to the face. Just I'm going to hit you because I don't like you kind of offense. Is now looking set up for another submission attempt. Charlotte looks like she is going to fight out of it out the back door. Look for those legs again. Rousey, though, wisely shrugs her off. Rousey has Charlotte scouted. And there's a gut shot to the midsection. Slap across the face. This one, a slap right across the face. In a very personal rivalry where Charlotte has attacked Rousey on a very personal level as well. Made fun of her child and her motherhood, while Rousey has just waited to get her hands on Charlotte Flair, and it is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte, though, backs Rousey into the corner. Going to throw her off the turnbuckle. Has a hold of one of the legs, and just wraps up that left knee of Rousey. All the weight on the back of that kneecap, and that is setting up for the figure 8. Very good offense here by Charlotte Flair, proving why she is the queen, why she is the SmackDown Women's Champion. But Rousey back to her feet, takes down Charlotte Flair. Now looking for another triangle attempt here. Charlotte Flair, that right arm is trapped. She's close to the rope, so I don't know if she'll give up, but instead Charlotte will power out. Look at the power of Charlotte. Just slams Rousey into the canvas, but that left arm was trapped in that hold. But Charlotte, though, countering with a couple of right hand shots. Now a neck breaker to Rousey, efficiently using her good arm. As there's a kick to the face of Charlotte again, and Charlotte will counter with a kick to the face of her own. Sorry, we're going about 2 hours into this pay-per-view. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. I certainly have, as it's been nothing but good action since the beginning. We're continuing with this match. Rousey now has Charlotte. Charlotte, though, going to get back to her feet. Rousey flips her down. There's an elbow to that arm. The left arm becoming a target on Charlotte. And Rousey, you know she's setting up for that armbar attempt. Wraps her up. Clothesline turns Charlotte inside out. The velocity, the impact on that clothesline. And now Rousey flips through, has Charlotte up looking for Piper's Pit, and it connects. Piper's Pit on the champion. Charlotte is down. This is not where you want to be. And now Rousey has the left arm, thinking arm bar here, but Charlotte, those long legs, does get a foot underneath the rope. Wise move by the champion to realize she is close to the ropes, not allow that arm bar to get in effectively, and gets right out. And look at Charlotte already focusing her offense on the lower body of Rousey. That is why she's the champion. That's why she's been SmackDown Women's Champion for almost 200 days now. And now continuing to work away on the legs, on the joints of the challenger. Now has her wrapped up with those long legs. A shot right to the crown of the head. Now Charlotte starting to gain some momentum. Kick to the midsection. Charlotte from behind, a neck breaker to Rousey. That'll hurt. That'll get shivers down your spine. That'll take away some of the power game of Rousey. And now Charlotte Flair, they're going up to the top turnbuckle. I wonder what she has in mind here. Rousey back to her feet and connects with a crossbody right as she turns around. Charlotte, ever since she got that boot on the rope, has been in control, and now setting up, she thinks this time, looking for the figure eight. Is she able to bridge? Yes, she is. Figure eight in the center of the ring. Rousey in plenty of trouble here. Will she tap out? Rousey fighting, not wanting to tap out. The title is on the line. No, the ref says she does not tap, and Rousey gets out of the figure eight. Oh, but that was plenty of damage done to the legs, as Rousey looking to stay in this contest, did not tap out. As Charlotte, though, looked for the big boot that won her the title at WrestleMania. Rousey ducked, but Charlotte contains control. Leans her up against the ropes, shot to the face. Now just going to choke her out. Ref, got to count to 5 there. But Rousey, though, staying in the fight, fighting back. There's an STO that drops Charlotte to the mat. Rousey, what does she have in mind here? Just going to get her a little bit of separation, maybe allow her to recollect herself a little bit. Now Rousey gets Charlotte back up. Look for an enziguri, though, but Charlotte ducked, and Rousey crashed hard. That was not a good landing for Ronda. Let's see if she is okay, as she does back up Charlotte Flair. But Charlotte Flair does kick, contains her control. Those superstars now back to their feet. Rousey dumps Charlotte over the top rope. She is on the apron. Gonna hang her up. Rousey, what does she have in mind here? Just going to, looks like, stretch her out. Oh, this is stretching out the arms. Rearing back, has a 5 count 2 release, so she does. But that was very effective offense for the time period, using all of the 5 seconds. Plenty of pressure on those arms, on those shoulders, as Ronda Rousey sets up for another armbar attempt. Throws Charlotte back in the ring. He's going to meet her there. Strikes lefts and rights, kicks in the midsection. And here comes the quick strikes of Rousey. She drops Charlotte, starting to feel herself now. Flair on one knee. Rousey flings her over. I think she's setting up. No, going to drop an elbow on that arm. But Charlotte close to the ropes again, so I think Rousey thought better of the armbar attempt, but does get some more offense. No, now she's going to think of it. An armbar by Rousey, but Charlotte again gets a boot on the rope and has to release the armbar. So Charlotte has done a very good job of staying out of the armbar, but here in another submission hold, she is still close to the ropes, but Rousey cranking back on that right arm of the champion. And is going to realize she cannot get it done here. But Charlotte has taken plenty of offense to those appendages. Rousey, though, starting to feel herself, saying, come here. And she wants Charlotte back to her feet. The crowd egging on the challenger. Now it's just going to pick Charlotte up herself. I think she was thinking that hip toss again, but Charlotte does counter. Looking to maintain control. Going to take down Rousey. And there's a couple of knees to the leg of the challenger. Charlotte focusing her offense. Down below, it connects with a big boot. That won her the match at WrestleMania. That will not win you the match here tonight, but it will put your opponent down, as Charlotte looking to drag Ronda over. I think she's thinking of it. She's trying to lock in the figure 8, but Rousey not going to let her. Back to her feet, fights off the offense. Rousey takes Charlotte down with another STO. Charlotte in some trouble. Rousey, hip toss, takes her down, working away on the arm. She's setting up for it. This time Charlotte is not close to the ropes. This might be the opportunity that Charlotte needs, and she realizes it. Locks in the armbar, no ropes here. Can Charlotte get out of it? Cranking back, hasn't able to get extended. Now she does, and Charlotte taps out to the armbar. Ronda Rousey makes the champion submit, and we have a new SmackDown Women's Champion, and her name is Ronda Rousey. A very physical contest. Both superstars executed very good game plans. Ronda working away on the arm, Charlotte on the legs. But it was the armbar that was victorious tonight, and Rousey gets it done. She is your new SmackDown Women's Champion here on Mother's Day, mind you. What a win for Ronda Rousey. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your main event of the evening, a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. And making their way to the ring first from Colorado Springs, Colorado, weighing in at 273 pounds, Bobby Lashley. The Almighty makes his way to the ring as we get ready for the three baddest superstars in all of WWE getting ready to go at it for the top prize in our industry. This is going to be a heck of a main event, and making his way to the ring first, Bobby Lashley, the man who never was pinned for his WWE Championship back at Elimination Chamber. If you remember, he was taken out before the match even started, and now has an opportunity to regain the title he never lost. Now making his way to the ring from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 286 pounds, Brock Lesnar. The Beast Incarnate makes his way to the ring. The former WWE Champion, the baddest man, you could say, on the planet. This man is a fighting machine. Brock Lesnar, the former WWE Championship, did lose that title at WrestleMania in the biggest WrestleMania match of all time to Roman Reigns. So he's looking to regain the title, and he has to go through Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley. These two superstars have history of their own. Brock Lesnar, you can never put your odds against him. He is a fighting machine, a former UFC champion, a legit bad you-know-what is Brock Lesnar as he stalks his way around the ring. And you know he wants to win that WWE Championship back and has the opportunity here tonight. And finally, making his way to the ring from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, he is the WWE Champion, Roman Reigns. The undisputed WWE Universal Champion. We've already seen him once tonight. Roman Reigns in the very first match did defend his Universal Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. He's been in the back the past couple of hours, resting and getting ready for this contest as he has to do it again. This time he has to put the WWE Championship on the line. And this is technically a Raw match, so there is no Usos with him at ringside. There is no Paul Heyman. It's just Roman Reigns going at it alone. But I don't think Roman Reigns cares. This man has all the confidence in the world. He said he was going to defend both of his titles in one night. And he's already halfway there. He's already defended the Universal Championship. Now has to defend the WWE Championship. But this is not any match. A triple threat match. Roman Reigns doesn't even have to be pinned to lose that title. He doesn't have to be involved in the decision. But if it's anybody who's going to get it done, it's going to be the man who is in, as he likes to say, God mode. As we get ready for our main event, the WWE Championship on the line, the final match of the night. I am excited for this one. I hope you guys are as well. The top prize on the Raw brand. There it is, all for that title right there. All three superstars are in the ring, ready to go. It's Bobby Lashley, it's Brock Lesnar, it's Roman Reigns, triple threat match, and here we go. Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley quickly in the center of the ring. They are going to get, Bobby Lashley's going to drop Roman Reigns from the jump. Three best superstars in all of WWE. I don't even think there's any doubt here. The three best male superstars all have been to the mountaintop, all have done it all. Who do you even put your money on? You got in one corner the reigning WWE Universal Champion, the man who's been Universal Champion for over 600 days and has been WWE Champion for 35 days in Roman Reigns. Also a former Royal Rumble winner, former just won it all here in the WWE. And then on the other side, you got Brock Lesnar, who is currently going to town on Roman Reigns. The former 10-time world champion, a former 2-time Royal Rumble winner, a legit UFC champion as well. I don't know how you put your money against him. And then you got the third guy in this match, the Almighty himself, the former 2-time WWE champion, the man who actually never lost his WWE championship by way of getting pinned. He was taken out of that Elimination Chamber match with the concussion, with the shoulder injury. A man who wants his title back here tonight. Who do you put your money on? Put your last minute predictions down in the comments section. I want to see who you guys got. But it is a triple threat match. Only one of these superstars could come away with the championship here tonight. As all three on the outside. Roman, though, working away on Brock Lesnar. As those two superstars did battle in the main event of WrestleMania. Roman Reigns able to come out on top. But it's hard to beat Brock Lesnar once as Brock Lesnar distracts Roman. Bobby Lashley now from behind. That's the opening that Lashley needed as he backs Roman Reigns up. Has him up on his shoulders and just throws down the Tribal Chief, while Brock Lesnar laughs on in the corner. More than willing to let these two guys tear each other apart as Bobby Lashley continues to drive shots into the body of Roman Reigns. Now Brock Lesnar will join the fray. He's going to throw Lashley over and now turn his attention to the champion and connects with a huge German suplex that throws the Tribal Chief halfway across the ring. Like I was saying, Roman did beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, but you know how hard it is to beat Brock Lesnar once, let alone twice in a row? Thankfully for Roman, he has help in Bobby Lashley, but that could also be his downfall. As like I said earlier, Roman doesn't have to be involved in the decision, looking for a big boot there, but Lashley does it himself, and then connects with a huge power slam on Roman Reigns. Now Lesnar is taunting to the crowd in the corner. It seems like both superstars in the early going, not that they're going to pick favorites, but Roman Reigns has been the target so far. But Brock Lesnar and Lashley now going at it. They have plenty of history back to the Royal Rumble, where Lashley actually beat Lesnar for the championship on that night. Had plenty of help from Roman Reigns in that win, but a win was a win nonetheless. So plenty of history between these three superstars, plenty of bad blood to go around. Even Roman and Bobby Lashley date back to a couple of years ago when Lashley returned to the WWE. There's no love loss there. As now Reigns and Lashley going at it. Lesnar going to roll to the outside as Reigns hangs up Lashley on the top rope. And the Tribal Chief raining down rights on the face of Lashley. He's going to pick up the Almighty. He's going to square up with him. And now Lashley showing off that power. Has the head of the table up. But Reigns going to fight out the back. Gets a little back waist lock now. And just raining short right hand to the face of Lashley as he goes down. But Brock Lesnar now back into the ring. Back to rejoin the fray. And he's going to lock up with Roman. And toss Roman. Irish flip him into the corner. Now he's going to take Lashley and throw Lashley all the way across the ring. But that might have been the opening that Reigns needed, and he's just going to throw Lashley around. All three superstars getting involved. Nobody able to create a lot of space here, and that's kind of what you expect between these three superstars. Now Reigns starting to get in control. A nice suplex there on Lashley. Went for a Superman punch, but Lesnar evaded, and now with a belly-to-belly on to Roman Reigns, looking to take these two superstars to Suplex City. But Lashley now with a big spine buster here on Lesnar. Reigns nowhere in sight, so Lashley starting to get rolling. There's working away on the Beast. Lesnar now looking to become an 11-time champion here tonight. As Lashley from behind throws him across the ring, and now Lashley in some trouble at the hands of Brock Lesnar. Lesnar has Lashley up on his shoulder, thinking F5. Has him, connects with an F5 on Lashley into the cover. Reigns though back in the ring to break it up, but Lesnar with the first shot. An F5 to Lashley as he's in trouble. And Lesnar working away on Lashley, but Lashley will connect with a leg sweep. And a spear attempt on Reigns. Reigns was celebrating, got a little too overconfident. And Lashley connected with a spear on the Tribal Chief. Lesnar is there, though, so I don't think there will be a pinfall here. But now Reigns is down. And Lashley with the power. Look at this. Has Lesnar up. Vertical suplex, one arm on the Beast, fall away suplex on Lashley. Look at the power on display. Now turns his attention to Roman, has him up and swings him down into the cover. Reigns has a foot underneath the rope. There will be a rope break there as Lesnar has rolled to the outside. So, a lot of fireworks going off here as Lesnar getting the crowd behind him as he works away on the champion. You don't have to pin the champion to win the title, but if you do and you pin Roman Reigns, that is quite a feather in the cap. But now Reigns setting up Lashley, thinking spear here. Don't turn around, Lashley. Reigns lines him up, connects with a spear on Lashley, takes him down. You get a pinfall right here. You win the title, going for it. Lesnar, though, back in the ring, breaks it up. Reigns wasted a little bit too much time, I think, after that spear. And Lesnar was able to break it up. Well, everybody's connected with their shot. F5s, spears, and everybody is still standing. These are the three baddest men and on Raw. As you can see on display here, Reigns throws Lashley across the ring again. Now Lesnar has Reigns up. Just going to get him and throws him with a power bomb over the top rope to the outside. Lesnar stands tall. Reigns and Lashley are down. But Reigns quickly back to his feet, though. I don't know how he's back to his feet. That was a power bomb to the outside. But Lesnar, is there to meet him. Sharp right shoulders into the Chief. Reigns, though, going to fight out of the corner. Engages with Lesnar. Has him, is going to drive him, looks like, into the turnbuckle and throw down Lesnar. And while Lashley on the outside is still down, so this is your opportunity if you're Roman Reigns. What a win it would be if he's able to retain both titles here tonight. Looking to choke out Brock. Brock, though, not going to go down by the choke. He fights out of it. Has Reigns from behind. He's going to take him now. Front waist lock, Lashley there, and both of them with a backbreaker to Reigns. A little bit of tandem offense there. How about that between Lesnar and Lashley? And now Lesnar. Reigns, though, is going to fight out of that quick left shot to the Beast. Lashley, though, behind on Reigns. Both superstars want a piece of the champion, and Reigns gets slammed down. He's going to go to the outside, but now Lashley has Lesnar up, and a power slam to the Beast. Brock Lesnar is down. A nice sharp knee strike to Lesnar. And Lashley's looking good here. Looking to drag Lesnar out of the corner. That's a big man to have to drag around the ring. Is he going to look for a pinfall? Here he is. Going for the cover. This to win the title. Gets two, but Lesnar kicks out at 2.5. Reigns still down on the outside. Lesnar back to his feet. Lashley with a spear. A spear on Lesnar as he gets back to his feet. Lashley looking for the finish. Wants Lesnar to get back to his feet from behind. The hurt lock on Lesnar. Will Lesnar tap? Lesnar is not going to tap, but Lesnar is fading. Reigns is still on the outside. Lashley looking to put Lesnar out. Lesnar does not tap, but I think he's out of it. Lesnar in some trouble. Lashley going to flip him over. Reigns now back to his feet. I don't think he knows what's going on. Two, and Lashley wins. Lashley wins the title. He pins Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns can't believe it on the outside. But we have a new WWE Champion, and it is the almighty era is on us again. 3 men just went to war for the top prize in sports entertainment, and the man who never lost the title has regained it back. Bobby Lashley, once more your WWE Champion, here tonight to cap off a wild night of action as he celebrates in front of the Dunkin' Donuts Center crowd. Well, that's all we have time for you guys tonight. That is the end of Backlash. I hope you guys enjoyed it. My throat and my voice is just about gone, but it has been a pleasure to bring you guys this action. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more Universe Mode content. It has been a pleasure to create this. This has been the hardest video I've worked on, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.